Jamaica or Jamaica or something like that. I don't know even how they came to name it Jamaica. Probably she had a lot of wannabe musicians who were trying out reggae, and as we all know, reggae originates from Jamaica, so probably that's one of the reasons I might think could be. Anyway, let's stop and see what Kampala is looking like on this day of Christmas. Oh, the sun has decided to increase. By the way, it's actually 5:30 p.m. Look at the sun in the skyline. I hope it does you justice and you're able to actually see it. This building actually belongs to Great Lakes Safari. I don't know, okay, it's called Great Lakes House. I kind of just assume it belongs to Great Lakes Safari. I see construction ongoing. I do not know whether it's going to be a hostel. It is strange that even on Christmas someone is looking for a dime. Yet I think it's a day they should have rested. Today they should have rested. As you might have noticed, a lot of establishments are rested. Oh, I see rebars here, so probably it's part of this primary school being built. And this is a bit of a courtship industry, cottage industry, actually not courtship. They kind of make sofa sets, and that's how the frame looks like, in case you wonder, to give it some form. I keep wondering what the durability on this furniture is. I think this one is going to be scrapped for a frame, or probably someone has brought it for renovation. Anyway, and I think it doesn't stop a lot of them staying around and hunting for business. But we are actually now joining Bombo Road. Someone is already having lit some celebration of Christmas, which is a bit weird because the Bible kind of doesn't really encourage this as a prudent thing. Now we have reached this intersection between Bombo Road. This is basically Bombo Road into the distance, and that is the traffic light junction where it meets in the distance. I think it's called Binaisa Road, and Binaisa was one of the presidents of Uganda in the years. Yeah, man, respected the light despite it better being empty. I'm crossing from the wrong spot because I simply want to show this interesting intersection, which today, surprisingly, is empty. It's after 5 p.m. I think this is because of Christmas. Now, in case you're wondering, this is the route that goes to Gayaza and then maybe not northern Uganda, central Uganda, because of Kayunga and all that. So that's the traffic around here. But for now, let's take a walk onto Binaisa Road. And this magnificent structure, if you've been around enough, is the synagogue church of all nations. If you know of Pastor Kakande Ministry. The trackers, this passes the light. Uganda is always fun. If there's no policemen to watch, then at times they choose not to. Look at that beautiful Ugandan sunset. That is basically the West Aruna tower. I think Aruna is a brother to him, is Kigu in the Park Petrol Station. But this Binaisa Road actually moves into the distance, and if you look closely, you will see Mulago Hospital, at least a new wing in the distance, which was recently renovated. Not that it is new, but it came after the old one. Alright, let me find my way. We're crossing the road. And I leave this to the street. So this is the streets of Kampala on this day of Christmas. And we are now on Binaisa Road. More of the synagogue church of all nations. The gentleman is called Professor Kande, and I think if you've been in Africa in the recent past, I like your Christmas decoration in the inside. It's a magnificent building. It's a specialist display to almost a posh neighborhood. Back then, it was basically slums. So that was a point where people would get some drink water. And yeah, I bet people who never bought here now would buy. It is quiet. I think their Christmas service has long gotten done. But let me walk you through. My hope is that we'll take you through the slum of Katanga and then out onto Wandegea, places like Junction. Maybe these places will be dry because I'm outside the city center. And I consider Wandegea the beginning of the city center, basically, because it's, I think, just about 1 kilometer into the city center, if not 1.5. So Binaisa Road is looking like that. Alright, tell me about Binaisa Road and who it is in the comment section below. If I think you know your history of Uganda before I actually tell you what I know about Binaisa Road. Uganda is actually a very interesting place. This is actually washing bay, and yeah, I think cars need to be cleaned on this day too. And besides on Christmas, I guess also people get to charge a bit of higher prices, so it's a day to make some last minute back more than usual. Alright, now that you've already commented in the comment section, let me tell you about Binaisa. He actually lived from 1920 to 2010, so he saw a good 90 years, almost hitting a century. But he was a pivotal figure in the history of Uganda. He served as Uganda's 5th president, and that was between June 1979 and May 1980. Barely a year. But it was actually a turbulent period as the ousting of Idi Amin had just happened. He was a highly respected lawyer and esteemed counsel. I don't know whether that was a title during those days, but he spent many years in exile in the United States during Milton Obote's regime, because Milton Obote succeeded him. You'll be surprised that he's often remembered for his sharp wit and legal mind. After he was ousted from the presidency, he famously returned to Uganda years later and lived as the only former president under the state's care until his death. So I believe President Museveni hasn't done badly. This is an interesting junction. So that is the tarmac that goes into Jamaica, Mulago Slum, and this is Mulago Hospital. That's the mortuary entrance, the new Mulago building. And this road actually stretches to meet the junction at which Haji Musa Kasule Road coming from Makerere. Wow, look at how beautiful Makerere Hill is. And that's the university for you. A lot of lush green trees. Very interesting place to be. And I was telling you about how it meets Haji Musa Kasule Road in the distance that comes from the entrance of Makerere University and meets Kira Road. So that's Mulago new building, and we are still on Binaisa Road. I would have taken this route, but I want to brave it and move through Katanga, because I'm very certain that the people of Katanga, majority may have not gone to the villages by virtue of the fact of their little income. And so when you find yourself in Uganda, please visit Uganda. Lovely trees, and you'll see mostly motorcycle riders moving, because today a lot of public cars are not running, and it's mostly people who are trying to probably take around the few people who have remained around town. And if you look at it, even private cars are very few. It's actually a weekday, in case you guys are wondering. Today is actually a Thursday, so it's a super weekday. So 5 p.m. would normally be a time when working class people are leaving from work. Watching this. I think this is a happening joint, so probably at night they'll see some action as people come to enjoy and loosen up. All right. Anyway, let me also take this opportunity to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Yes, I know some places have just started, probably the United States, it's early in the morning. People like Japan, I think, are concluding the Christmas. This looks like a shopping center, but some of this land, I think someone just put up something by virtue of the land not having proper ownership. Is this a newly added structure? I see huge glass windows. I hope that doesn't make it like an oven, seeing that the sun is looking straight into the inside, the microwave effect. More people, I suppose, returning from church. Yeah, so I am dealing with the city the way it is. And I've not really been to Katanga around this time, but I believe I'll figure out a way. And in case you see this video, but I don't know why slums have been thought of to be dangerous areas. I feel like, I think people just imagine that it should be by virtue of people having low incomes, and it's always assumed that low income is associated with theft. This dog, what she's up to, no one knows. So Mulago Hospital is actually also huge in its own right, and I think that's St. Luke's Chapel, bordering Mulago, and actually behind it there must be a mosque. So there's a tendency of churches being around mosques, and I think it's just normal, because if human medicine fails, then faith is another option. Try out. Anyway, now I'm going to branch off right here, or from around somewhere here. And yeah, so I think I should pass through here. In the distance is the traffic light, so that will meet Golf Course Road. So anyway, let me take a detour through the slum. No problem. This is roughly the boundary, so maybe you may not see a lot of action. No. Charlie. So let me walk through, and I think it is actually very hard to walk where there is people. And there's action, people are celebrating early in life, so it's a great day. But yeah, I see human activity here, because most of the people are actually home, but I think this is their main street. And the slum is not as horrible, because I'm actually speaking through my phone, and little children play hardcore. I think someone expects to make some construction. Yeah, so this is Katanga for you. It's a beautiful place to be, and I see some chickens free ranging over the years. The place has been reached out by a lot of groups of sort of help. So anyway, shop. I think this should be the main street of the slum. It may not be movie, library, or local transportation, but let's go. Plastic recycling. I'm actually happy that this is happening within the slum. So let me take this route, and you can see the kind of place they're staying. The channel is surprisingly not smelling. I think The people actually do some cleaning to it. This kind of reminds me of those days when Naguru go down slum was trying by its own right to get better. So now I'm just simply going to follow where everyone is passing to get my way through. So this is Christmas. And by the way, if you ever find yourself able, please do visit these people and support them. They have actual needs, but they're generally chilled people, and they are kind of celebrating, which is very interesting. Pub. Yeah, so this is nice in Katanga. It's actually beautiful, but people actually surprising you. So if you really walk and are peaceful, I don't think you'll find any trouble. Anyway, I'm navigating through, I'm carrying a bag, and so contrary to, this is actually a movie cinema, I think. In the evening people are going to catch up with a movie. And I see they have improvised stairs that help them cross these areas. So now I'm going to just simply navigate through this alley so you can see how congested the structure is. And I don't know what their needs are, because I really, but I guess you can also see from the video, kids are just playing about, and they have a good immunity, surprisingly. Okay, yeah, I'm looking for a way to exit and end up in my area. Like that, about the embankment kind of helps with the rain, and this is interesting. I think the wood is being eroded away. Very different people, in fact. Here are some shoes being sold, food stuff. So if you're new here, please do hit the subscribe button. And right now I'm in the Katanga slum, just between Mulago Hill and Makerere Hill. Sorry. So if you're new here, help me and hit the subscribe button. And by the way, it is a blessing to live in Uganda. So a lot of these people chose not to go to the villages just because they may not have the transport and so on. And I'm kind of glad that, oh sorry, someone just, if you've ever had them, talking of someone having lost a child. And I'm just following this gentleman, and I hope that is that there is a road through. And that's how you actually navigate slums. Yeah, I think it is safe, as long as you behave yourself. And now I'm exiting it. And in the distance you can now see the more organized student residences starting to show up, high-rise structures. So most of the slums are actually being reclaimed lately. The sun shines everywhere, indeed. It's beautiful. And I think now we've reached the student hub, the JB hostels, and this is Mkinzi Road. I don't know who Mkinzi is. Yeah, so now a lot of high-rise. So if you find streets that are tarmac, you'll also find better looking businesses. So you guys can look at the contrast. Where the sun is, that's Makerere University, and then rotate turn right to Katanga, and then Mulago in the distance. I've used that route, so let me take this route actually to take you back to Wandegwe as we meet Bombo Road. Let's move in the distance. I think mechanics have to stay around car garages, and then food stuff selling joints. So street and kitchen will be a lot of campuses who are dating their favorite meals, most of the ladies. Chapati, eggs, and the Rolex, let's say eggs rolled in a chapati. Just in the distance, that's one of the stores preparing it. Mechanics will say not to have Christmas, but I think in the evening they will go to spend some of that money probably in the pub. Yeah, so that's where I'm from. That's the Katanga slum. You've seen it from the side and now from the inside. And more student-related businesses, probably hotels, that's like residencies for students. For the topmost floors, these are not very good for business other than just making money. How's your motorcycle? Is the person, has it bought for his farm or businesses, or is he a trader? Yep. I can hear noise in there, and children like noise, so I think some already started partying. Dakota, is that the name of the building? I suppose residences, and then the ground rooms become shops. Yep. I wonder what is full of this two lady, one that I see in the distance. And interesting how they played with wood to try to finish up the top floor of that structure. On Kinsey Road, it's also going to meet Haji Musa Kasule Road. Anyway, I'm going to turn right and then join Bombo Road before I head to Wandegea. So here we are, and these are mostly boutiques. I see a silver lining, but now this time it's golden lining, as the sun kind of makes that cloud interesting. Hope you guys are able to see it. I don't know the name of this building, but it's one of the high-rise structures that started cropping up in Wandegea, at least in my time, and it's interesting. Ryan Hotel. Oh, I don't know if in any way related to Ryan Hotel. Alright, so if you're near here, hit the subscribe button. We are officially in Wandegea, heading to the Wandegea traffic light, and this road is going to meet the Bombo Road, which is actually a highway that takes you to northern Uganda, one of the first radio roads that originated from the city. And that's Equity Bank. I don't know why it shows that building. So in the distance, you meet that junction, that the satellite junction that I showed you earlier. Okay, and then in this direction we head into the city center, that's City Square. So little action around here. Yeah, that shows you that Christmas indeed keeps people at home. And those who are moving have to move so the day as it started. First pharmacy, of course, for them they have to work because sickness knows no day. And they are relatively organized and have long superseded other small pharmacies that used to litter the entire street here. And I think the main advantage is the ability to deliver the drugs, which is intuitive because if someone is sick, they are most likely incapacitated. Yep, and many pharmacies are borrowing a lift. But yeah, the college it looks like an old Indian infrastructure. I wouldn't be surprised if it is over 50 years old because a lot of the early post-colonial, even during colonial time, business buildings were mostly operated by Indian supermarkets. That one has been around, I think, over now 10 years. And we go right here. I see restaurant, Nyongeza restaurant. Nyongeza is like that extra portion they add you for free upon buying. Interesting. But I see also Gem restaurant having skills itself here. They began by selling food to students and gradually have upscaled to now own a shop on the street. And in the distance is the junction between Bombo Road and Haji Musa Kasule Road.
Yes, sir.
And beyond those lights, you'll find yourself in the city center. And this is Haji Musa Kasule Mall. Just came here recently. I think I told you that Haji Musa Kasule was a prominent businessman and a big contributor in post-colonial Uganda, having also been the vice president of the Football Association in his time. In fact, the road we are going to meet, one day guys will see cooking food, chicken. I think chicken will be something for today because being a special day, someone will have to eat. So the Rolex is there. At least I have hope that should I say, find food I will be able to eat today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go home, and I just want to take you to this junction. I always love it because it makes me happy to just show it to you. I have a feeling that there was a time this was after a roundabout, and then eventually converted to a signal junction, as most of Ugandan streets have been evolving. Roundabouts being replaced by lights. So I think let me stand here. And what you see right there is Wandegea Police Division headquarters. And this is Haji Musa Kasule Road going on to meet Kira Road. And where they meet is the entrance to Mulago National Hospital. And this time Haji Musa Kasule Road still meeting Hill Road, where Makerere University main gate is. And Bombo Road leading to Bombo. And this is it coming from town. And just as it is bends and disappears is YMCA. It used to offer diploma and certificate courses, now degree courses. Anyway, Wandegea Junction for you. Let me head into the distance and join on to Junju Road. Okay. And yeah, there's a little semblance of life within the city. All right. Yeah, of course, when you're walking in Kampala, try to beware of blight. And let me just walk through here. This is a shop, and they are closed, I think, because they really do not expect people around. Maybe a reason for the shoe guy to open up, because as people are moving around town, may remember they needed to gift a friend, or perhaps replace their broken one as they move around on Christmas Day. Anyway, my delight to have you here. And this is Wandegea Market, North Wing. I think I've mentioned this to you before. And here mostly the chicken point, because chips and chicken are the item for Ugandans that are dirty. And it originated from here. So you find that an establishment like Chicken Tonight, which is now all over the country, started from here. Okay. I just want to go and tip. It's the gentleman from whom I normally buy my Rolex. You see here being prepared is around today, because I like his formulation. So in a way, I'll people party. In a way, I'll eat 2 Rolexes and then call it a day. A lot of people kind of party, but let's go and join the road. I have just walked behind what would be Haji Musa Kasule Road. This phone always intrigues me. Last time I took some cars that strange. They are for sale while others didn't have signs. So I don't know whether those that don't have signs are sold off, or they are simply parking here, or they have been held for long. So now I'm going to cross, because I want to show you which one they get most to me. I like how they built it. Yeah, more of the perimeter wall of Makerere University. So I have a feeling that I've shown you a bit of how the city looks like, because having shown you Wandegea, it's going to show you how much more may be inside the city. But if you should wish, I shall also walk you to the city, seeing that it's not yet 6 p.m. Yep, Wandegea Mosque right there. And if any one of you here is aware of the story of Wandegea Mosque, it will be great. So it will be great, very great. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know. So tell me about the Wandegea Mosque. Well, it's most being told I didn't say Wonder Girl. I said Wonder Gear Mosque. Uh, Actually, it's one of the most iconic, historical, significant places of worship in Kampala. And like many mosques in Uganda that fall under the Central Muslim Supreme Council, Wandegea Mosque is famous for being managed by the Wandegea African Muslim community. They have a long history of independence. Very, very interesting. So anyway, we are on Ginger Road, and that takes you to the University Hall, small gate. It's a foot gate, not for cars. Now, because this mosque is located in a bustling student and market hub, the mosque is surrounded by that the Wandegea famous TV chicken. And back when they used to fry them in TV, lifting stuff, which is a bit interesting. I don't know whether you knew that history about the Wandegea mosque. Alright. Anyway, I do not know. By the way, which year do you think it was established? I think it is not officially known when, but I think, let me just give you a bit of the roots of this. The mosque's origins are sort of like tied to the Wandegea African Muslim community. Historical records mention the first Ugandan pilgrims were flagged off from Mecca from Wandegea as early as 1922. This suggests that by the 1920s, the mosque was already a central hub for the Muslim population. So let me just talk about Haji Musa Kasule era. Basically, the mosque growth and prominence are heavily credited to Haji Musa Kasule. Basically, he was a very wealthy and influential Muslim landowner and businessman. A figure in the 1940s and 50s, and much of the land development in the part of Wandegea, including the roads around, due to his family legacy. Anyway, in the 1960s and 70s, there was significant transformation, and especially in the mid 2000s. And yeah, it has a unique history, which is a bit relatively informal in terms of documentation. So you will not find so much. That's what I'm saying. If you know much about it, please do let me know in the comment section. So my aim was to figure out if my Rolex joint was operational, and if so, I'll be glad to buy from them. So let's get there. Okay, and in getting there, I'm going to just cross through here to sort of make it a bit easy for me to pass. And anyway, actually, it's very interesting that if you are calm and composed, it's very easy to find yourself around the Kampala alley. And you guys have seen me pass here a couple of times, and people are actually chilling and making life. They're making liquid soap, chicken, and yes, it kind of feels like I'm passing through someone's alley, but this reminds me of Indian or mixed Indian heritage. We're partly close this way, which is great. I think it's a private street, but it is public in a certain way. We're back on the Ginger Road. If casual person, I would have eaten food from here. There's an upgrade taking place, a lot of campsite with noise. Now, near the University Hall small gate, to its left, just after the red thing, is where I would have bought the Rolex. Unfortunately, it is not operating. So I'll have to find a way of now getting what to eat from somewhere else. So see you guys in the next video.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Alright, welcome back. I have just exited the Wandiga small gate at US and I'm entering Wandiga Trading Center. So today is
Which
Christmas
side?
and I thought I would show you how Kampala is looking on the day of Christmas. So I want to head
Inside
to
or outside?
Wandiga, the bustling food hub
Inside
of
or outside?
the student community, which right now are not at home, probably going to celebrate Christmas. And I'm on Jinji Road, which should meet Bombo Road, but you see
They've been there
at
since
90
when?
degrees. Anyway, let me take you through because I'm
In front
actually
of the
trying to
Livingstone.
find something to eat. So I am going to Wandiga traffic light junction. So
They've put
come
their
with
tent
me
there.
as I show you the famous Ugandan food called the Rolex. That's a street food. Eggs rolled in a chapati. Anyway, you come and you see how it is going to look like. So some of these streets are very empty and desolate.
Like
Because
they
a lot
are,
of people
they are in the corner
are
of.
here being student focused and students having gone home for holidays in their village, out of business. So we will find a lot of people just trying to do a small pickup. So Wandiga Market, South Wing, and the birds in the distance. Basic barista skills academy. Yeah, businesses all over. So restaurants and hotels remain open because this is the time where even those who have never gone to restaurants will head to them. I don't like the movement of these boys, so I've decided to pause a bit to let them go through in case they have weird ideas. So if you're wondering what the name of this street is, this is actually, I think, Molondo Road. Molondo Road. Molondo Road. Yeah, this is Molondo Road. It just came off of Junju Road and then again meet Junju Road there. I don't know why the redundant. This space that is nestled between the Wandiga South Wing and Wandiga North Wing building puzzles me whether it doesn't belong to the city. Because I see the structure has come into the space that is left between them and it's going very slowly, which is not a sign of a city project because it tend to rise very quickly. So you kind of suggest that this may be private land. Perhaps the owner donated in exchange for some money and has decided to also build. Now, this is the alley or street between Wandiga South Wing and Wandiga Mahaji Kasule Mall. So I want to grab myself a Rolex, and my hope is that I will show you how it is made. So normally, I use the chapati is already fried. Then the process of making the egg and consolidating the product comes in your presence. Anyway, so let me go. Yeah, more of Wandiga Market. Phone repair clinic. It's kind of great. This is my boy. I occasionally buy from him. Yes, that's it. So I'm ordering 3,000. That's shy of $1 because $1 in Uganda is 3,500. Now this is the process, and watch carefully to crack the egg. And I think I'm getting 2 eggs and a pinch of salt. So watch the action as you also have a glimpse of Wandiga Market, sorry, Wandiga Junction traffic light. This is Christmas, and today my meal is going to be a Rolex. We're happening in the distance after frying chapati, so you're blessed to see how the chapati becomes. It begins as dough, rolled into round balls, and then flattened out, and then put on fire with some cooking oil. Now the gentleman is looking for either a tool or a recipe for the rollets. Now you may also notice some onions right there being chopped into the mix, and yeah, onions into the egg. I suppose I need some vitamins, and then I think some little cabbages, more vitamins, and the mixture is going to be stirred, and that is going to make the fried egg. By the way, if you're new right now, please do hit the subscribe button. I'll be delighted to see you here again. Pinch of salt added. The hot pan still some cooking oil.
What's the situation?
I think this is vegetable oil, plant oil.
What's the situation around, like?
Pours it and spreads it out. Yeah, see, the factory that is manufacturing the first meal, the rollets, an international Ugandan food. Yeah, so as you recall, basically the eggs that are being rolled have a little more of food stuff added into it. I hope it doesn't burn it. Was that again that? Oh, I'm asking him whether it's not getting burnt at the bottom and whether the fire is not there. Exactly my fear. Okay. And by the way, in Uganda we like our eggs well cooked. So if you come from abroad and think that it's burnt, and there goes the chapati, two of them onto the egg. Each chapati right there today is actually 1,000 Ugandan shillings, less than $0.25. No, just over $0.25, because a dollar is 2,500 and each chapati is 1,000. Yeah, bear with me as I commented on the process. Okay, it's almost done. So the chapati just get warm. So in Uganda, almost all street food is hot. Think of tomatoes. What China mukumboga on tekeramuko? So I was requesting if we could add some fresh cabbage slices, boga means cabbages, and that is from Luganda, the most spoken language in Uganda, and the language of the Buganda kingdom with a great heritage. Is adding more fresh tomatoes. Yeah, Uganda has a lot of organic food, so this is basically a combination of carbohydrates, some proteins in the egg, mineral salt, and vegetables. Both vitamin C in the tomatoes and some vitamin A in the greens right there. So it's spreading out. You put very few cabbages, joking about it. And this is the 10,000 Ugandan shilling note, so he will have to return me a balance, or what some people call change, of 3,000. For 7,000. Yeah, and that's it. Wrapped and packaged in this polythene bag. They tried banning these in the past, but their utility has made it very hard for them to be fully banned, and people have just not gone to paper bags. So this is 7,000 to 1,000 Uganda shillings, and the 5,000. Neyanza. Neyanza means thank you. So let's head into the distance. So I'm going to just give you a little walk, probably into the city. And again, I'm going to cross the Wandegera traffic light junction, as usual, the intersection between Haji Musa Kasule Road and Bombo Road. So I am just walking. The lights haven't released me, but because there are no people, we have to negotiate with the motorcycle guys. That's actually the streets of Kampala. The lights at times are a suggestion mostly to motorcycle people and bicycle and pedestrians. Anyway, this is Bombo Road, and now this street is taking us into the city. I'm going to walk briefly. That's near the Premier University, Makerere, that's that side. And I think it was taking advantage of people who had no opportunity of getting into main university. Kampala in the distance, but I want to show you what courses these guys have now included, having been upgraded to a university. Bachelors of Business Administration, Bachelors of Catering and Hospitality Management, Information Technology, Bachelor of Secretarial and Administration Studies, Industrial Arts and Design, Fashion Design, Journalism and Mass Communication, Early Childhood Development, Primary Education. So those are the degrees you can find here. And I believe along them they still are offering diploma courses, first chartered private, other degree awarding institution, whatever that means, I do not know. An intake is ongoing. Those are some of the diploma and certificate courses that they already used to offer. I'm surprised they actually have software engineering. I guess it's not that hard to learn with all the YouTube universities that have cropped up. And YouTube is actually a great platform. A lot of people have gone from zero to a point that they can actually literally lecture. Okay, now at the beginning of this Bombo Road, these are relatively new structures anyways, at least not older than 15 years. Annex SA, Silver Arcade, and that building always intrigues me. It has a unique form of architecture, and then the next that follows it. I have a feeling because they are near the university, probably they have taken advantage of a lot of some of the students they are preaching to them. I think I wanted to go up to that end and show a glimpse of Wandegea Flat. I think it was a housing project. I want to cross the street, but a few taxis have decided to show up. Those are the few that have remained in the city. Quad bag guy enjoying himself with music. Christmas vibes. So I think I'm going to have to force myself through this traffic. Anyway, let me. I was growing impatient because I wanted to show you the street right there. So that is actually Wandegea Flat in the distance and nice silver stars. So I'm not going to go there. I think I'm going to go this way. And that tall building in the background is actually NDA, National Drug Authority headquarters. Let's say it's behind the street that is far to this one, which is up to Buganda Road, heading to Buganda Road Primary School. Anyway, this is the vibe heading into the city. 6:18 p.m. and we are on a stretch of Bombo Road. We are reaching, let's say, its beginning from the street from northern Uganda, Okata Wellness Solution. This is Budu House, and that's what I was telling you. It's a very interesting aluminium clad building. I don't know whether aluminium cladding is still a thing, but it looks like it's still around with us. It came and everyone is cladding the building with glass. Uganda is up to a winter, meaning that even when it rains, what we call wet season, temperatures rarely drop below 20 degrees Celsius. So to have windows, I don't know whether it doesn't create a greenhouse effect, bring about issues of needing air conditioning. Now, Wandegea Flat, right there, and right behind it is Ham Towers and more real estate infrastructure. It's actually within reach to the city. I have a feeling it's one of the national housing projects. Anyway, let's walk, and time is flying. Now, this is also the other structure that I see is really, really interesting. The name of the building, Esami building. I believe you've seen me on the reflection, and this is the street of Kampala right now. A lot of motorcycles, not even a lot of motorcycles, it's just that there are fewer cars. I think now, have a look. Behind the other hill is actually Namirembe trees that are making the boundary of Wandegea Flat. Whoever owns that land must be a rich person, but I like the green. It's being planted. And it can make some really nice residential apartment as an extension of Wandegea Flat. Okay, Bible House. I think the street being straight, it feels like you're never reaching. I don't know whether the movement right now are people trying to find themselves in happening places. If you're new here, thanks for watching. I wonder what it is supposed to represent. Could you tell me about Teacher's House and Novik Hospital in Uganda? If you know, please let me know. And yeah. That's an interesting building right there. I think let me just tell you a little bit about Teachers House. That's why it's owned by the Uganda National Teachers Union, UNATU. Kind of see that abbreviation there. Actually, it's supposed to serve as the national headquarters for Teachers Union. That's why housing administrative offices, meeting halls, and UNATU Circle. That's why Saving Credit Corporation. In Uganda's politics, it's a social landmark. Teachers' House often is the war room where the nation's teachers strike to organize for their salaries to be increased. Okay. It's not a bordering Bati Valley. So again, does anyone of you know about Bati Valley in Uganda? Tell me. Novik Hospital, in case you didn't know. Yeah, so this is the city. Me, I have a feeling this is how far I have gone. But anyway, let me take you up to Watoto Church and then return via Buganda Road. I'm leaving you with the street sounds, just so that you can also enjoy the sound of the engine. I think now you can see the influence of the Indian community in Uganda. A lot of those structures built in their time. Some of them I think even still have Indian namings. Gastani House. Now this is the beginning of William Street, where it meets Bombo Road and then goes into the distance to meet Chagwe Road, more of the Rubaga Hill. And Namirembe Hill, yes, Namirembe Hill, because I see Namirembe, the church, that's Namirembe Hill, correction. So Kololo High School on William Street. But this is Bombo Road. And when you see the tree in the distance, that's about the end of Bombo Road, or its beginning. But if all okay, there is a hotel. I kind of think less of them as a hotel. I see how you service spare parts. Okay, how do? I'll check on them when they open up for Christmas. Yeah, so this is the vibe in town on this Christmas day. And right now I'm reaching the end of my journey. So if you've been with me on this trip all the way from Wandegea and into Kampala city, thank you so so much. Okay, this is one of the bus parks around Uganda. Some gentleman was really creeping up slowly on me. I think he needed a client. My bad. Yeah, so buses here. See Eco Bus. Which one's that? Yeah, so I think people get bus services from there. And Kampala Road is about to start when Bombo Road ends. Really, really old building. I want to go into the middle of the road to just show you they are on one of them. Now, the one you see right here says 1949 GM building, and I'm right in the middle of the road, and this section is not separated. I find it interesting, and no one really ever makes U-turns around here. Alright, welcome back. Anyway, today we are yet again here, and we are going to take a journey from Chikumi onto Kampala, into Kampala. And today is the 24th December, so I want to show you how the city is looking like on the eve of Christmas. And as usual, we usually start our journey from here, and this area is Chikumi. This is how it's looking like. And the road is Muganza Wongera Road, which many of you by now may be knowing marks the boundary between the formal educational establishment and the informal enterprise of Chikumi. Now, Muganza Wongera is a road that is named after a relatively local, and today I want to first take a walk and then take a motorcycle ride. He tried stopping me, but I am not planning to take the ride right now, so let me walk for a brief moment along this stretch of Muganza Wongera Road. And I think this is actually where it begins from, but where you see the wall, that's the perimeter wall of Makerere University, and behind it, around this section, is the Impis Makerere rugby ground. And in the distance, this slopes to meet Bombo Road, and past Bombo Road you can see the hill of Mulago and the suburbs of Mulago. Chikumi also is purely a student-driven economy, so you'll find that most of the shops here have, or most of the businesses here are students' hostels that you can see in the distance, and then of course typical things that students would need in their accommodation: mirrors, buckets, jerry cans, cleaning stuff generally. And we are delighted that we will tell you that this area, whose name is a bit interesting, and it's something that came to be in the 90s. As mentioned before, the area was named after the 100 shilling meals that students used to buy here in the 90s. So we are from the legendary intersection of Chikumi and Bombo Road, basically the gateway to the ivory tower of Makerere and the real world hustle of Kampala. And for now, you will not see a lot of students holiday time. Basically it's Christmas Eve. And let me take you to Kampala, show you what you might be in for, and just to give you a general picture of Kampala's atmosphere during this period. And if you see the shiny buildings into the distance, that is actually Katanga slum, and a lot of you might have heard of it. But lately, it is adjusting slowly as people are reaching out to the communities of Katanga, and it's very surprisingly interesting that there's still movement within Kampala streets. Ideally, a lot of people would be traveling to the villages for Christmas. More of Makerere University perimeter wall, which is really kind of outstanding. I like the fact that trees are being planted around its boundaries, and that is, I think, helpful to, and that is, I think, helpful to the life that is the nature in Uganda. Potted plants, really beautiful, some of these. Anyway, we are soon meeting Bombo Road, and actually this is Bombo Road. You'll be surprised that this is one of the first roads in Uganda, basically one of the radial roads radiating from the city, and in Uganda, basically one of the radial roads radiating from the city and taking you to Bombo as far as northern Uganda. And this is where Muganza Wongera Road, which was built in 2019, kind of meets Bombo Road from around here. And in the distance is where the city center will be. So we are going to cross this road and embark on a motorcycle ride along this road, and I have to cross the streets. And right now, a lot of motorcycles, because most of the taxis have actually gone away into the villages, because it's more profitable to take people to the villages, and transport almost tripling, if not quadrupling. Anyway, let me take this moment to find a motorcycle ride and see, due to scarcity of passengers, whether anyone will be willing to take me for 1,000 shillings. All right. Yeah, a few taxis still do exist. Probably those are the ones who. All right, my video kind of cut. Anyway, we are now on Bombo Road, and we are taking a journey into the city center. And yep, so let's ride into town, see how it's looking like on this eve of Christmas. Kampala, right now I think we'll have less and less of foot traffic, but until we reach the city center, I will not be able to tell how it looks like. So let's discover together. So Wandega, as you see, it is mostly run by businesses that are kind of student oriented. So you'll see a lot of hostels, in front of which you'll find pharmacies and some shops that sell things that are most likely to be bought by campus students. Mirembe Maria, that was a building that has come up recently. And come with me on this journey as I give you a little history of this road. It is an interesting road and one of the oldest roads of the city. So I think it comes alive when you reach trading centers. And we are going to be approaching one of their traffic lights. Which is the distance. Oh, this is Equity Bank, and this is, I think, Junju Road, heading to the Makerere Western Gate. Sorry, it's the small gate at one end here. A lot of buildings, college in. So there's a lot of business revolving around accommodation and stuff that people in accommodation would need in these places, such as food stuff and many of the kind. Anyway, for now, we are walking into the city, and this is one of the traffic light where Bombo Road meets Haji Musakasule Road, right there, and then the busy students would have one day symphony of motorcycles at this junction. Gives you a glimpse of what the city has in terms of transportation. If you want to get places, motorcycle taxis are the best way to go about it. And this is the one that we have for this central station. YMCA is basically an institution that lately has been transitioned into a university. And this is a stretch of Bombo Road that takes you into the city. And in the distance, we shall actually meet Watoto Church, where I think I will disembark and take you on a walking tour of the city. Anyway, come with me and then enjoy the scenes of Kampala, Uganda on this 24th of December 2025. a lot of motorcycles today. Anyway, on any other normal day, you'll actually have motorcycles, but today there's unusually less vehicles, because the majority, I think, have headed into the city to have a moment with their distant relatives. So Christmas in the village in Uganda is the thing. The point that much as we are in a political season, I'm seeing almost close to no political activity. You will have to be reminded that Uganda is going to have its presidential elections generally on the 5th January. This Bombo Road is a very interesting place, more infrastructure that will slope and take you to Seka Market, as the teacher's house, and 1954 building. And we have this mispronunciation of Bati Valley. Look at the Ugandan pronunciation of Bati Valley. Look at the Ugandan sunset. It's actually 6 and sunset. It's actually 6 p.m. About this, and it's tropical p.m. About this, and it's tropical complex or complex. Numak Tower. That building was demolished and reconstructed in the very recent past along this Chagwe Road. So this Chagwe Road will meet William Street, and then in the distance is going to meet Nachiruvo Road. And I'm actually surprised that on the 24th of December, just the eve of Christmas, there's still a lot of action. I think this is last minute shopping, some of which are going to take this stuff into the villages, some simply to use it, or some of these are actually just businessmen who came to kind of pick up the little bits of coin. It's kind of interesting. Now this journey is going to take us through the new taxi park, then the old taxi park. So what you see right here is basically Chagwe Road intersecting with William Road. That William Road goes into the distance to again meet Bombo Road around Bativa space. Anyway, let's look. Now at this segment you'll find a lot of music equipment shops. So if you're a church and you really want to buy things, this is the area to find music instruments, from guitars, speakers, all of those kind of things, amplifiers. This is the segment. So just ask for Chagwe Road or Chiseka Market because it's more well known. And I think let me cross over to give you a better view of the city. And yep, that's how difficult it is when crossing Kampala streets. And I may not be able to move on to Chagwe Road, sorry, on to Chiseka Road, but where you see the sunset in the distance, that is the Gaddafi Mosque, basically old Kampala. So I don't know why it's called old Kampala. I don't know whether the city began from that side, but anyway, let me take this moment to just show you Chiseka Street or Chiseka Market. It's named after Dr. Samson Chiseka, who was the vice president and prime minister at some point in Uganda. Yep, negotiating with motorcycles. Kampala, I think, is the city of the most motorcycles in Africa, but then this gives the place a lot of action, which is a bit of interesting. So this is Chiseka Market. So if you needed any kind of spare parts, this is the place to go. Actually, this road curves and will branch to the left to meet Gaddafi Road, and then to the right to still join on to Bombo Road. The street is something that I don't know whether this is actually an active road, but view of the streets. Now in the early 90s, this area was a swampy field where people kind of sold sugarcane. It became a temporary market in 1994 for traders displaced from the new taxi park, but grew into East Africa's largest hub for auto parts. So Chiseka Market is the heart of Uganda's mechanics. They say if you can't find a spare here, it doesn't exist. It's also historically a hotbed for political activism and demonstration. If you've seen the business rallies protesting taxes, this is the place you You might have seen it happen from. And now let's head to the new taxi park. Let's go back onto our Chagwe Road and let me take a moment to just keep quiet and allow you to enjoy the sounds of the. Yep, so now I'm going to head into the new taxi park. I see a lot of construction still on the Nachivuo channel, which brought a lot of contention in the past. And in this direction, you'll find Namayiba taxi park. So let's move Chagwe Road. And I don't know whether this is called Aga Khan Road, but it's kind of, anyway, let's reach it. But I thought I could get through this structure. Anyway, let me cross. So this is the action in Kampala, just a few days to Christmas. A lot of motorcycle activity. Barely impossible to cross the street. And I think I'm going to just forcefully mingle with them. Thank you. Okay. So let's head in this direction to meet the new taxi park, and while there I'll tell you a thing or two about last minute village journeys, tight spaces, hawkers, and I need to get to the side of the street where I can walk freely. Jackfruit. Uganda is actually blessed with a lot of food stuff. Now this section that I'm in will stretch into the distance, leaving the new taxi park on its left, and continue to go and meet Namirembe Road. Sorry, I just bumped into someone, so an apology was in place. And some of these areas are kind of reminiscent and boundaries of the old Kampala, new Kampala on this side. Would be buying electrical material at this time, probably they are going to the village. But here, small shops, wines and beers, those are in business. Electricals, probably no business for them. And then boxing, people basically recycling boxes for those who might need them as repackaging material. So anyway, Uganda is a great country, because if you've not yet come to Uganda, visit Uganda. Hospitable people. But today's video, I'm just showing you the look of Kampala, Uganda on the eve of Christmas. All right. Actually, this is Mackay Road. Mackay Road, not Aga Khan. Mackay Road. It goes to intersect with Namirembe Road. Nyama Choma on the street. Beautiful sight. Garbage guys are not seated. They're keeping the city clean. So Uganda is big on food. Anyway, now we are soon approaching the entrance of the new taxi park. This is basically a central infrastructure landmark in downtown Kampala that serves as a primary transit hub for the city's northern and eastern routes. Of course, you'll find a lot of other routes that are not eastern or northern in this area. More of the construction went a massive 6.3 billion renovation led by the Kampala City Authority to replace its formerly muddy pothole surface. with durable tarmac carpet that you see here. And that was between 2012 and 2013. We are in 2025, so this is basically over 12 years ago. That means that lady, whatever infrastructure she touched, was well built to standard and durable. And if you're a civil engineer, I think you have to take some bit of notes from the City Council Authority regarding some of these projects, the Muganza Wongera Road and now the new taxi park. So let me give you a little more of facts that you need to know about the new taxi park. While it once hosted 600 taxis, the modern redesign optimized the space to accommodate approximately 350 vehicles at a time, shifting towards a drop pick and go model to maintain traffic flow. Vesta is strategically located along Mackay Road and is surrounded by major commercial arcades, the very reasons people would want to be in the city. And very impressive. These arcades actually can, statistically speaking, have 200,000 daily commuters and all those passing through this area. It is organized unlike most informal stages, and lately you can see that MTN has actually come through to provide signages that tell you where to head in case you're looking for a taxi of where. So this is Kagwempe Stage, Maganjo, Kagoma, Kazo. And MTN actually did a good job putting solar panels on top, I guess, to light those signs even at night so that you cannot get lost. I see Entebbe Stage, that is out of Kampala. Magere Stage, that's within Kampala, where our journey started for Bulova, Bujuko. Yeah, so let me just move around, give you a bit of more of the action in the city. It's not as crowded as I had previously found it, and alright, I think we are still together. Nice recycling of wooden pallets. Those are seats, food, some street vendors. So in case you're in the taxi park and you're traveling and didn't have a meal, some quick snacks you can get along the city, within the park. And yeah, it's drier today than 5 days ago. So this is the eve of Christmas, and I'm in the new taxi park. A lot of infrastructure development happening. I see Elite High School advertising, Nana Center, and if you've heard of the famous Shariako, it's behind this building. But this gentleman Ham has decided to literally take over all the drainage channel, public spaces. I do not know whether these will be considered government projects because it's basically public land he has taken off. Drainage roads are supposed to be public spaces, most of major drainage channels like Nachivubo channel. So all that infrastructure that you see is on Nachivubo channel. I hope they are high-rise structures, extremely high-rise, that there will be no need for breaking them down in the future to take advantage of the land more optimally. So that's the only advantage. Water could pass under the buildings, and buildings on top bringing more business. Yeah, more of the street, more of the stuff you can buy within the city. Grasshoppers, Uganda's favorite delicacy. Nah, I don't like that route. Okay, let me pass through here. This is
It was a very diabolical story. Of neighborhood.
Some, but nonetheless, let me take you on a tour. This person has really chosen a very poor spot for his street housing. I'm looking for a mobile money agent because I need to deposit some money. Let me see if this one can help me. Yeah, but then I'll call deposit for Airtel. Bobby, boy, number. Who's in my bank? Hey, Neanza. What? Tell you what.
In 2026, how many SIM cards can a Ugandan register under their national ID?
Alright,
In 2026, the regulation
apparently
remains
people do not
consistent
have
with
that
guidelines
kind of money
set by the
around here.
Ugandan Communications
Anyway, let me try this.
Ugandan nationals register a maximum of 10 SIM cards with telecom companies under their national ID NIN. Key breakdown. Total limit. While there isn't a strict total cap across all networks combined, the limit is specifically 10 per network. For example, you could theoretically have 10 on Mountain and 10 on Airtel. Physical presence, new registrations or regularization require you to physically visit a service center with your original provisional national ID for biometric thumbprint verification. Verification. You can check how many numbers are currently registered under your NIN by dialing the USSD code *197 hash. Important for 2026. Since many national IDs were set to expire between 2024 and 2025, the government issued an extension and a mass renewal exercise. Ensure your ID is valid, or that you have the renewal certificate from IRA, as telecoms are strictly deactivating SIM cards that are not linked to a verified updated NIN. Would you like me to find the nearest service center for a specific telecom company to help you verify your numbers?
Okay. Let me try to use an agent and see if that helps me. No, they don't have. So let me just go ahead. Alright. So more of the streets of Kampala. Anyway, let me head. So I think I've not been helped, so it looks like I'm going to have to deposit very little amount of money, seeing that no one has that kind of Gerard. Ako pag nasa airtel. Para sa So I was counting, that's why I had put the money down. So let me go with this for now. Kirabika abasinga tebalina float. Koze kanteekeko bitundutundu.
Well, looking into its growth based on its metrics and whether it's promising and how long will it take for this channel to reach subscription threshold when we look at this current trajectory. Also help me estimate that after monetization, how much do you think this channel will be earning per month? And in doing so, help me see if it's worth stopping or continuing with this YouTube channel.
Right today is Christmas, and this is the vibe for Christmas. I can see Mr. Feedback kind of also taking advantage to have their last meal for the day, and I see Claude and this present cow, which has chosen to also feed very safely. So I always say Uganda is abundance of food that different cows are eating from leftovers of food.
Analyzing your channel at
right now
Ojaround
I'm
requires the
inside
views of
Makerere,
specific
and I'm
niche.
eating like sort of
POV
food.
cycling and walking
Go
tours of
out
Kampala,
to the
Uganda,
congress of
and
Makerere
comparing your
and
current
show how
metrics to the
to
reality of the
like
2026
this
YouTube
type
landscape.
of Christmas.
1. Growth matrix and trajectory analysis.
Card.
From the data available,
Right.
your channel is in the early validation phase.
So
Current performance. You are getting consistent views, ranging from 20 to 220 plus views per video, on content like your Makerere Kikoni and Kisenyi Gaddafi road tours. This shows there is a search-based audience for Kampala infrastructure and street life. Trajectory. Your growth is currently linear, not exponential. Most views appear to come from search rather than browse, YouTube recommending you to strangers. Time to threshold, 1,000 subs / 4,000 hours. Asterisk. Based on your current average of approximately 50 to 100 views per video and a steady but slow subscriber gain, you are likely looking at 12 to 18 months to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark if you maintain the current upload frequency. Watch time is actually your strongest asset. Because your videos are long, 15 to 30 minutes, you only need about 10,000 people to watch half of a 20-minute video to gain 1,600 hours. You could hit the watch time goal before the subscriber goal. 2. Estimated monetization earnings. In 2026, ad rates, CPM, RPM, for Ugandan-based channels with a largely local audience are modest. The map. For a travel vlog niche in East Africa, your RPM revenue per 1,000 views will likely be between 50 cents and $1.50, monthly estimate. At your current velocity, let's say 5,000 total views across all videos per month, you would earn roughly $2.50 to $7.50 per month. The growth goal, to earn a significant amount, e.g. $100 per month, you would need to reach roughly 100,000 views per month. 3. Is it worth continuing or stopping? Verdict, definitely continue, but pivot your strategy. Your niche is actually very promising for the following reasons. The diaspora factor. Many Ugandans living in the UK, USA, and UAE
and that's
watch these
so I
videos
love
to
to
see
give
home.
you a bit of a
These
history
viewers
of
trigger
this
much higher ad rates,
Now,
5 minus 10
Makerere
RPM.
University has a
If you
technical
can attract
but
more of them,
this after
your
I
earnings
popped
will
up
triple
very
without
recently
gaining a
when
single
it was
extra
about
view.
to clock 100
Low
yards.
competition.
I think
There are
in
not many
2000
people doing high-quality 4K POV cycling in
17, that's when
Kampala. You are
very
building
little
a
of
digital
the
archive of the city.
the convocation
How to speed up the
for
process.
the initial world.
1.
So this was
Thumbnails are the diabolical
and yes,
secret.
they must
Your current titles are
boundary
descriptive,
between the formal
e.g.
establishment
Bukoto to Wandegeya,
for
but your
education,
thumbnails
Makerere
need to show
University,
action or
and the
emotion.
informal enterprise
Use a
of
clear shot of a
finishing.
chaotic
Actually,
junction
most
or a
of these
beautiful
stores
sunset
are
over
closed.
Kololo with
I
bold
think there's
text like
nothing really
Kampala is
happening
changing.
around here.
2.
And
Shorts as a hook.
I believe
Take
I'm
a
going to drop in
60-second
the
clip of a
distance.
near miss or a
And
very
even
busy
this
market
has
area
started
and post it
come
as a
across,
YouTube short.
recently.
Shorts are the fastest way to get the 1,000 subscribers you need in 2026. 3. Search engine optimization, SEO. Include keywords that travelers use, such as, is Kampala safe? Uganda Travel Guide, or Kampala Nightlife 2026. Final opinion, do not stop. You have passed the hardest part, starting. You are already getting hundreds of eyes on your city. Focus on retention, keeping people watching for longer, and your channel will likely tip into exponential growth by mid-2026.
Anyway, in case you're wondering, this road continues.
Thank you for the reassurance.
Stop or Kagwa Road happening. Think about one of the because
You're very welcome. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but you have a unique vibe that many people find relaxing or nostalgic. Since you've been using OBS to stream pre-recorded files lately, here is one final pro tip to help your growth. Use those OBS live streams to run 24/7 Kampala city tours. You can loop your best footage into a long live stream. YouTube's algorithm often prioritizes live content in search results, which can help you rack up those remaining watch hours and subscribers much faster than regular uploads alone. Would you like me to help you draft a channel bio or a better description template for your videos to help with...
So how do I strap together a 24/7 live playlist?
Anyway, let's stop and see what Kampala is looking like.
To run a 24/7 stream of your Kampala tours, you're essentially turning your computer into a TV station. Since you are using a VLC video source, you already have the best tool for the job. Here is the step-by-step setup to make it run infinitely. 1. Organize your station folder. Instead of picking files one by one, create a folder on your computer named YouTube_24/7_stream. Move all your tour videos, the MP4 files, into this folder. Pro tip. If you want a specific order, name them link to 01_makerere.mp4, link to 02_kisenyi.mp4, etc. 2. Configure the VLC source 24/7. 1. In OBS, double-click your VLC video source. 2. In the playlist section, click the plus button and select Add Directory. Select your YouTube_24/7_stream folder. 3. The loop. Ensure the loop playlist box is checked. This ensures that when the last video ends, the first one starts again. 4. Visibility behavior. Set this to always play even when not visible. This prevents the stream from stopping if you accidentally minimize OBS or switch scenes. 3. Prevents technical death, crucial for 24/7. For a stream to stay up to date, you must stop your computer from sleeping. Windows power settings. Go to Settings System Power and Sleep. Set Screen and Sleep to Never. Automatic updates. Pause Windows updates for 7 days so your computer doesn't restart in the middle of the night. Admin mode. Always right-click OBS and run as administrator to prevent it from being throttled by the system. 4. Optimize settings for stability. Since this runs 24/7, you want
this
to use as
intersection
little effort
between
as possible to
Bombo
avoid
Road. This
crashing.
is basically Bombo
Lower the bitrate.
Road into the
Instead of
distance.
6,000 kilobits per
And
second,
that
try
is the traffic light
3,500
junction
to 4,000
where it
kilobits
meets
per second.
in the distance.
It's still 108OP quality, but much
I think it's
easier on
called
your internet
Binaisa Road, and
connection
Binaisa
for long
was one of the
periods.
presidents
Hardware
of
encoder in settings
Kampala,
output.
of Uganda.
Make sure you are using hardware,
in the years.
NVMe,
Yeah,
or hardware AMF, so your
despite
CPU
it
doesn't
that
overheat.
they're being on this.
5.
I'm crossing from the wrong
Managing the
spot
long
because
line
I
on
simply want to
YouTube.
show this
YouTube's
interesting
limit.
intersection
YouTube
which
allows a
today
single live session to last
surprisingly
almost indefinitely.
is
It will
after
only
it's
save
after
a
5
recording
p.m.
archive if the
I
stream
think
is
this is
under
because
12
of
hours.
Christmas. Now,
Strategy.
just
For
wondering,
maximum
this is
growth,
the
let
route
it
that
run
goes
for
to
24 to 48 hours.
Gayaza,
Stop
and
it.
then
Let it process
northern,
and start it again.
maybe
This
not
creates
northern Uganda,
multiple
central
fast live
Uganda
streams
because
on your
of
channel that
Kayunga
people can watch
and
later,
all that.
which boosts your watch hours.
So that's the traffic
Common
around here.
24/7
But
trap.
for now,
If your internet
let's
in
take a
Kampala
walk
is prone
onto
to flickering,
Binaisa Road.
the stream will cut.
And this
Would you
magnificent
like me to
structure,
look
it has
into
been
cloud
around
streaming
enough.
options?
It's the
These let you upload your
synagogue
video to a
church
server
of all
that streams them for
nations.
you, even if
As
your
you know,
computer is
Pastor
turned off.
Kafanda Ministries. The trackers, this truck is, the
So
light
if I were to
is
run a
always fun, and people
24/7 live
policemen
stream,
to
and that
watch
help
them.
me
At times
reach
it is not.
the watch
Yeah,
hours
that's the
in
full
under
Ugandan
3 months?
sunset. Yeah, that is basically the West Aruna, the tower. I think Aruna is a brother, so he needs to go in the
Running a
past
24/7 live
thing.
stream is one of the most
But
effective shortcuts to
this
hitting your
design
4,000
road
watch hours.
actually
And yes, it is
moves into
mathematically
resistance,
possible
and
to
if you
reach
look
that goal
closely,
in
you
under 3
will
months if
see
you have a strategy. Here is the
Mulago
analysis for your channel at Ojaround.
Hospital,
1.
at least the
The
new
math of
wing
24/7 streaming.
in the
To reach
distance, which
4,000
was
hours
recently
in 90 days,
innovated.
you need
So that
roughly
is new by
45
10
hours of watch time per day. If you
after
have an
the
average
old
of
one.
just 4 concurrent viewers watching your 24/7
Alright, let me
stream at
find
any
my
given
way.
time, you will generate
Road
96 hours
crossing
of
the
watch
road.
time every day. At that rate, you would hit your 4,000-hour goal in only 42 days, well under your 3-month target. 2. Why it
And
works
leave
in your
this to the
niche,
street. So,
Kampala
this is the
Tours,
streets of Kampala,
the window to the world
this
effect.
day of Christmas.
People love to leave scenery
And,
streams on in the background while they
We
work
are now
or study.
on Dinaisa Road.
POV cycling
We are now
tours are
on
perfect for this
Dinaisa
lo-fi
Road.
style of viewing. Global
More
time
of the
zone. While Uganda
synagogue
speaks,
church
the
of
diaspora in the US and
all
Europe are
nations.
awake. A
the
24/7
gentleman
stream
is called
ensures you are
Professor
capturing viewers
Sanders,
from every time zone.
and
Algorithm boost. In
I think it's been in
2026,
Africa in the recent past.
still
I
gives the
like the
Live Now
Christmas
badge
decoration and
priority
the
in search results to
It's a
active streams.
magnificent building.
This will drive new people to
Yes,
your channel who
especially
would
this
never
place
have found
to
your regular
almost
uploads.
a
3.
first neighborhood.
Critical
That's
risks
the
to
end
watch out
of
for.
this land.
While the math works, there are
That's why
3 things that could
the
stop
point where people would get some drink
internet
water.
drops. If your home
And,
internet in Kampala
yeah.
flickers,
I
OBS
bet
will
that people
disconnect.
who never bought here now
If this
will
happens
be
often,
glad.
YouTube might stop
It
recommending
is
the
quiet.
stream.
I think
This is why
their
many
Christmas
use a
service
UPS cloud server
has
to
long
stream 24/7
gotten
instead of a
down.
home PC.
But let me
Copyrighted
walk you
music.
through.
Ensure your
My hope is
cycling
that
tours don't have loud
we'll take
radio
you through the
music
slum
playing
of
from shops
Katanga
pass by. If a content ID
and
claim
then
hits your
out
live stream,
onto
it could be shut
under
down
there.
instantly. The 12-hour archive rule.
Topic like junction.
YouTube only saves the
Maybe
recording of a live stream
This
if it is
place
under
should be
12 hours.
outside.
Strategy. Restart the stream every 11 hours.
And I consider
This
one
saves
day
the watch
the
hours
beginning of the
permanently to
20th
your channel's
century.
history and creates a fresh video for people to
Because
watch
it's,
later.
I think, just
4.
about 1
Is it worth
kilometer
it?
into
Absolutely.
the
For a
city
travel
center. It's
slash
not one and a
channel
half.
like yours, a
So
24/7
the Nicer Road is
fast
looking
way
like
to
that.
level up. It turns your existing library
Alright,
of
tell me
videos
about
into
the
a passive
Nicer Road,
worksheet.
and so
Would you like me
we
to guide you on how to set up a cloud server?
in the
Yeah.
comment section below. Hello.
Try me and see.
If I think you know your history of Uganda before I actually
This
tell
is a
you
pro-level
what I know about the
running
Nicer
your
Road.
stream from a cloud VPN
Uganda is
virtual
actually
private server
very
using a
interesting
computer
place.
in a high-tech data center like
This is
Germany
actually
or the
watching
US
there,
that does the streaming for
and
you. Even if your power goes down in Kampala
cars
or
will
your
be
laptop
clean
dies,
this day
your
too.
stream stays live 24/7.
And besides
That
on
cloud
Christmas, I
can never
guess also
cease.
people get to charge a bit
Here's
of
how you
higher
strap
prices.
together a cloud
So
stream
it's
in
a day
2026.
to
Option A,
make some
the
last minute
non-techy
back
way, cloud
more
streaming
than
services.
usual.
Services like live
Alright, now that
reacting,
you've already commented in the
Restream,
comment
or
section,
link to upstream
let me tell you about the
are
Nicer.
designed for exactly what you want.
He actually lived
1.
from
Upload. You upload your
1920
Kampala tour
to
videos directly to their
2000,
website.
and
2.
so he
Playlist.
saw a good
You
90
arrange them in
years,
order and
almost
hit
speaking a
loop.
century.
3.
But
Connect.
he was a
You paste
pivotal
your
figure
YouTube
in the
stream key.
history of Uganda.
4.
He served as
Launch. You click
Uganda's
go live on their
fifth
site and
president,
close your laptop. Their servers handle the rest.
and that
Cost.
was between
Usually 15
June
minus 25 per month for a 24/7
79 and May
Pros. Zero technical
1980.
setup. Works even if you have no
barely,
IT
yeah.
skills. Option B,
But
the
it was
techie
also a
and cheap
turbulent
way,
period
Linux VPS plus
as
FFmpeg. If you want to
the
save
ousting
money
of
and have full
Idi
control,
Amin who
you can rent a native
had
server
just
for about
happened.
5 minus 10 per month from companies
He was
like
a highly
DigitalOcean,
respected lawyer
Linode,
and
or Bulu Web Hosting. Local Ugandan option.
a team
Setup
counsel.
simplified.
I don't know where that
1.
was a title
Rent a
during
VPS.
those days,
Choose a
but he
Linux
spent
and
many
Ubuntu
years
server
in
with at
exile
least 2 gigabytes
in the
of
United
RAM.
States during Milton
2.
Obote's
Upload
regime,
videos.
called
Use
Milton
a tool
Obote
like FileZilla
Activity.
to move your MP4s to the server. 3.
You'll be
Install
surprised that
FFmpeg.
he's often
This is a
remembered
command
for
line
his
tool
sharp
that
wit
pushes
and
video to YouTube.
recombined after he
Run
was
the
ousted
infinite
from
loop
the
script.
presidency. He famously
Use a
returned to
simple
Uganda
script
years
that tells the
later
server,
and lived as
play
the only
video
former
1,
president
then
under
video 2,
the
then go
state's
back to
care
video
until
1,
his death.
and send it all to this
So I
YouTube
believe-
stream feed. The magic
I believe
command example,
President Museveni hasn't done
FFmpeg.
badly.
Say
Oh,
0i
this is an
playlist
interesting
links
junction.
.txt, vlibx
So that is
264
the
preset
tarmac
very
that goes
fast.
into
Negative EV 4000K, negative EV
Jamaica,
4000K,
that's Mulago
negative
Slum,
FLV.
and this is Mulago
Link to
Hospital. That's the mortuary entrance.
a.youtube.com.
The new Mulago building.
2026 cost
This road actually
Uganda.
stretches to meet
International
the
VPN.
junction at which
Ionos Nature.
Hajmusaka Road coming from Makerere. Ah, wow. Look at how beautiful Makerere is. And that's the university for you. A lot of lush green trees. Very interesting place to be. And I was telling you about Hajmusaka Road. In the distance, I come from the entrance of Makerere University, and it's Kira Road. So that's Mulago new building, and you're still on the Niger Road. I would have taken this route, but I want to brave it and move to Katanga, because I'm very certain that the people of Katanga, majority may have not gone to the villages by virtue of the fact of their little income. And so when you find yourself in Uganda, please visit Uganda. Lovely trees, and you'll see mostly motorcycle riders moving, because today a lot of public
Take me
cars
through option
are
one,
running,
upstream.so.
it's mostly people who are trying to probably take around the few people who have remained around town. And if you look at it, even private cars are very few. It's actually a weekday, in case you guys are wondering. Today is actually a Thursday, so it's a super weekday. So 5 p.m. would normally be a time when working class people are leaving from work. Watching birds. I think this is a happening joint, so probably at night there'll be some action as people come to enjoy it and loosen up. All right. Anyway, let me also take this opportunity to wish you guys Merry Christmas. Yes, I know some places have just started, probably the United States, it's early in the morning. People like Japan, I think, are concluding the Christmas. This looks like a shopping center, but some of the land, and just put up something by virtue of the land not having proper ownership. It's a newly added structure. I see still glass windows. I hope that doesn't make it like an oven. Seeing that the sun is looking straight into the inside, the microwave effect. Small people, I suppose, returning from church. Yeah, so I am giving you the city the way it is. And I've not really been to Katanga around this time, but I believe I'll figure out a way. And in case you see this video, but I don't know why slums have been thought of to be dangerous areas. I feel like, I think people just imagine that it should be by virtue of people having low income. Then always assume that low income is associated with theft. This dog, what she's up to, no one knows. So Mulago Hospital is actually also huge in its own right, and I think that's St. Luke's Chapel, bordering Mulago, and actually behind it there must be a mosque. So there's a tendency of churches being around mosques, and I think it's just normal, because if human medicine fails, then faith is another option. Try out. Anyway, now I'm going to branch off right here, or from around somewhere here.
Option A is the autopilot method.
And yeah, so I think I could pass through here.
and live reacting.
In the distance
They
is
allow
the
you to
traffic light,
upload your Compila
so that
tools
will
and running
meet
on your phone and laptop
Golf Course
turned
Road.
on. Here is your step-by-step roadmap.
I did what to really
1.
plan.
Choose your tool.
No problem.
Link to upstream.so.
This is roughly the boundary,
Very simple interface.
so maybe you may not feel
They have a
that.
YouTube Connect feature that lets you manage everything without even opening YouTube Studio. Live reacting, best for engagement. If you want to add a live subscriber counter or latest donor name on top of your video to encourage people to subscribe while they watch, use this one. 2. The
There's
setup.
option people are
Example,
celebrating early
link
in
to
life.
upstream.so.
So a great
1. Sign up.
But
Create a free account to test it.
it's
No credit card is usually required for the trial. 2. Upload content. Drag and drop your pre-recorded compiler tour files into their cloud storage. Note, most basic plans give you about 10 gigabytes to 30 gigabytes of storage. 3. Connect YouTube. Asterisk. Click. Connect with YouTube. Log into your @OJaround account and give permission. Crucial. In your YouTube Studio browser, make sure you have Enable Auto Start toggled on in the stream settings so the cloud can kick off the stream automatically. 4. Create the playlist. Asterisk. Select your uploaded videos. Arrange them so they flow logically, e.g. morning tours right pointing arrow, afternoon chaos right pointing arrow, nightlight. Click the loop icon so it repeats forever. 5. Go live. Click the big start button. You can now shut down your computer and go for a real bike ride. The stream will stay up. 3. Watch hours strategy. To hit your 4,000 hours as fast as possible in 2020. Restart every 11.5 hours. YouTube only saves past live streams as public videos if they are under 12 hours. By restarting twice a day, you build a library of long videos that continue to earn watch hours even after the stream ends. The Shorts Bridge. While your 24/7 stream is running, post one YouTube short daily. The short will bring new people to your channel, and many will click on the live icon at the top of your profile to join the stream. 4. Cost versus reward. Cost. Expect to pay about 15 minus 20, approx 55,000 minus 75,000 Ugandan shillings per month for a stable 24/7 stream.
But then I killed people.
Reward. If
And
this
they are
brings
kind
you
of
400
celebrating,
subscribers
which is
and
very
2,000 watch hours in 1 month, it's much cheaper and faster than running your own electricity
Yeah,
/ data at
I
home
really
for
like
30
it,
days
but
straight.
it's
5.
actually beautiful.
Managing
but,
from your phone. One of the best parts of option A
actually
is that you
surprising
can
to
manage
you.
the stream from
If
your
you
phone.
really
If you're out in
work,
compiler and see a comment that
peaceful,
needs a reply,
I don't think you'll
or
find
if
any
you want
trouble.
to swap a video in the playlist,
Anyway,
you just log in to the
I'm
Upstream
navigating
or
through,
Live
I'm
Reaction
carrying the
website
bag,
on your mobile browser
and
and
so,
hit update. Should I
contrary
help you look
to
at the exact pricing
this
plans
is
for
actually a
these
movie
two
cinema,
to see which one fits your
even
budget
if people are
better?
going to catch up with us.
Yes, more so live reacting.
And I see we have improvised stairs that help them cross these areas. So I'm going to just simply navigate through this alley. So you can
In
see how congested
2026,
the structure
live
is.
reacting is the gold standard for what you want to do. It's a bit more expensive than a basic
But I
VPN,
guess
but it's designed specifically to make people subscribe while they watch. Here is the breakdown for your channel at OJaround. 1.
Okay.
The pricing, monthly. Live reacting uses a credit system.
Looking for a way to
1
get
credit
it, and
usually
that's
equals
easy.
4 hours of streaming.
Like about
Free trial, good for testing. You get free credit, 12 hours total, to see if it works.
And
Small
this is
plan,
interesting.
$16 to $19 per month.
I think the
This
wood
is for
doing a lot
freelancers.
of the
It gives you about 24 to 30 hours of streaming time. Not enough for 24/7. The 24/7 dedicated plan, $349 per month. This is the official autopilot plan to StREET. This is likely too expensive for a starting channel. The smart workaround for a OJaround. Instead of a true infinite stream, use the medium plan.
So,
Building
if you're new here, help me
$39
and
per
hit the
month.
subscribe button.
This gives you
And by
enough
the way,
credits to
it
run a
is a
weekend
blessing
marathon every
to live in Uganda.
Start the
So, a
stream
lot
on
of these
Friday
people
night
Christmas
and let
and
it run
go
until
to
Monday
the
morning.
villages.
This captures the
Just
high
because
traffic
Friday
weekend
may not have
without
that,
massive
unfortunately.
24/7 pricing.
And
2. The growth
kind
features,
of glad
wider speed OBS.
that
What makes live reacting promising to your 4,000-hour goal is the interactivity. Subscriber
you've
counter.
had them.
You can put a live road to 1,000 each counter on the screen. People in the chat often subscribe just to see the number go up in real time.
And that's how
Polls.
you have to
You
navigate.
can overlay a poll like, which part of
Yeah, I
Kampala
think
should
you
I
can say,
cycle through
as
next?
long as you behave
This
yourself.
forces people to
And
engage,
now,
which
I'm
tells the
exiting
YouTube
this.
algorithm your stream
And
is
in the
exciting.
distance, you can also
Live chat overlay. It
the
shows viewer
more
comments directly on the
organized
video. This
student
creates a
residential
community
settlement.
feel,
So I
making people
highlight
stay on the
that.
stream longer,
Most of the
increasing
plans
your
are actually
watch
being
hours.
reclaimed
3.
lately.
Step by step for option A,
The sun
live
shines
reacting.
everywhere
1.
indeed.
Studio
Beautiful.
setup. Go to the live
And,
reacting website and select the
I think now we've
24/7
reached the
video
student
playlist
tab.
template. 2. Upload,
The
drag
JD
your best
Hotels,
compiler tour videos
and this
into
is
their
in
cloud file
Kingsy
manager.
Road. In Kingsy
3.
Road. I don't know how
Add
easy it
a
is.
text layer for
Yeah,
your
so now a
Instagram
lot of
handle
high
and a
rise.
social layer
So
for
if
your
you
live
find
subscriber account.
streets
4.
that are tarmac,
Connect.
you will also
Link
find
your YouTube account.
better looking
5.
businesses.
The
So you
manual
just
stop
can
trim.
look at the contract.
In settings,
Where the sign is,
select
that's
I'll stop live stream
Makerere
manually.
University.
This allows the
And
stream
then
to run
you
until your
take
credits run out.
pan
6.
right
Schedule.
to
You can actually schedule the
Katanga,
stream to start at
and
8
then we'll
a.m.
have in
compiler
the
time while
distance.
you are still asleep.
How many
4.
groups? So
My
let me
honest
check little bit
analysis.
actually
Is it worth it?
to take
If
you
you
back
spend
to
$35,
Wandegere.
approx.
As we need Bombo
130,000
Road,
Ugandan shillings for 1 month
let's
of
move
weekend
the
marathons.
distance.
Potential gain,
Mechanics
500 to
up
800
there
watch
on
hours
the
and
edges.
100 plus
And then
subscribers in 30 days.
Food stuff, selling
Math.
things
If you do this
So,
for 4 months, you hit your 4,000 hours.
will be
Total
a lot
cost,
of campus
still at
what they
520,000
invest
Ugandan
in
shillings. Compared to OBS, you save on electricity, you don't
the
risk your laptop's life by running it 24/7, and you don't have to worry about your internet going off in the middle of the night. Would you like me to help you write a call to action message to put on your stream overlay to encourage more people to subscribe?
in the evening.
Yes, and also give me the option for the other one other than live react.
You see it from the side and now from the inside, and have more students related
Aside from live
businesses.
reacting, the most
Probably
popular competitor for
hostels,
creators like you is linked to upstream.so. While live reacting is famous for
all the
engaging
top most
features
floors
like games
these
and
are not
polls,
very good for
Upstream
business
is built
and
specifically for
how
24/7
the
video
motorcycle
use.
the
It is
traffic
often
has it
considered
both.
the easier
So
and
if some
slightly
of
more
businesses
affordable
or
option for people who just
if
want
you're
a stable
trader.
TV station
Yeah.
view. 1. Comparison.
I can
Link
hear
to
noise in the
upstream.so
and
versus
children
live
like noise.
reacting.
So I think some
Feature.
already
Link
started
to
catching.
upstream.so
Nakota,
live
that's the name of the
reacting.
building.
Best
I
for
suppose residences
simple
and then the
24/7
ground
loops
so
and
so
stable
ground
playlists.
ground
Interactive
room
streams,
so
polls, games, chat overlays.
yep.
Price.
You know, they just
Approx.
to this lady.
Starts at
One
20
that is
minus,
in the distance.
30 per
And,
month for 24/7.
Interesting.
Credit based.
How
You get
they played with
expensive for
wood
full
to try to
24/7.
finish up their top
Ease of
floor
use.
that structure.
Very
And
high.
Kingsley Road.
Drag and drop.
It's also going to meet
High.
Haji Mustafa
Template
Road.
based. Storage.
Road.
Very
Anyway,
generous.
I'm
Up to
going
100
to
gigabytes
turn
on
right
base plan.
and then
Smaller storage. Often pay extra for more. Stability.
Plain Bombo Road
Enterprise grade. Very
before
few crashes.
after six
Very
one day
stable.
ago.
Why upstream
So,
might be better for an
yeah.
Oja round.
And this is
Since
how
your
much
content is POV bike tours, you don't necessarily need
I
interactive
see a
games.
silver lining,
You need storage
but now
space
it's
for your
time
high
it's
quality
golden
4K
lining.
or 108
As the sun
OP
kind of
files.
makes that cloud
Upstream
interesting.
gives you more
All
room
you
to
guys are
host
able
your
to
long
see.
videos in the cloud.
I don't know the name of this
2.
building, but
Call to action
some of
overlays
the
for
high
your stream.
classes have started popping
To
up
reach
in
your
one
goal,
area
your
in
stream
night
needs
time.
to ask people
And
to help you.
it's interesting.
Since you are cycling through
Ryan.
Kampala, use a road trip.
Ryan Hotel.
You can add these text overlays in both platforms.
There's a Ryan
Top left
Hotel.
corner. Currently cycling through
Oh, right.
location name.
So
Update
can
this as the video changes.
hit the subscribe
Bottom
button,
bar
please.
scrolling.
Uh,
Road to
officially
1,000 subscribers.
In one day we are heading
Every
to
sub
one
helps us
day
map
live,
more of
and this
Kampala.
road is going to meet
Click the bell.
the Bombo
Quote.
Road. This is actually
Right side.
a highway
Did
that
you
takes
grow
you
up
to
here?
northern Uganda.
Let us know
One
your
of the parts
neighborhood in the
of
chat.
Radio Road
Quote.
that
3.
originated
Your
from the
fast
city.
track plan.
And
If you want to hit the threshold in under 3 months, here is
that's
exactly
the
what I
city
would
bank.
do.
I don't know why it shows that building.
Select
So in the
Upstream
distance,
Light plan. It
you
costs about
miss that
$20 per month. From
junction,
75,000
that
Ugandan
satellite
shillings.
junction that I showed you
2.
earlier.
The power cycle schedule.
Okay,
Asterisk.
and then
Run the stream for
in this
23
direction we
hours
head
straight.
into
Stop it
the
for 30
city center.
minutes.
Let's
This
say
forces
City
you
Square.
to save the 23-hour chunk of
So,
video, which adds
little
massive
action
watch hours
around
to your
here.
channel history.
Yeah, that shows you that
Start it again. 3.
street map indeed
Engagement.
keeps people at
Once a
home.
day, log into the YouTube
They don't
Studio
know
app
who
on
are
your phone
moving,
and reply to 3
how
to
to
5
move.
comments on the live chat.
So right there,
YouTube loves
as I
active
started first
users.
summer to hit
4.
work for them, they have to
Short
work.
integration.
Because
Post a
business knows
15-second
what they
highlight, like a
And,
funny
they
moment, as a short
relatively
and with a pinned
organized
comment.
and
See the full
have long
24/7
capacity
tour line
that
on our
other small
channel right
farmers
now.
that used to
Would you like me to help you write the perfect
look at the
about
entire
description
street
for
here.
your 24/7
And I
stream
think
to
the
help you?
main advantage
Yes.
is the ability to deliver the drug, which is intuitive because if someone is sick, they are most likely incapacitated. Yep, and many pharmacies are borrowing a
To
lift.
maximize your growth in
But,
2026,
yeah,
your
the
about
college
page and
is-
live description need to
It
act
looks
like
like
a
an
magnet
old
for both YouTube
Indian
algorithm
infrastructure.
and
I
research in Uganda.
wouldn't be surprised
Here
if
is
it's over 50
diabolical
years
SEO
old
templates tailored
because
specifically for an Oja
a
round.
lot of the early
Channel about
post-colonial or
section
even
This is
during
what
colonial
people see
time
when they search
business buildings were mostly operated by
Use
Indian
these
supermarkets.
specific keywords to
This one
help
has
you
been
choose
around, I
exactly
think,
to show
over
your
now 10
videos.
years.
Headline:
And
Discover Kampala,
it was
Uganda
right
in
here.
4K video
I see
cycling and
restaurant,
city tours.
Nyongeza
Body,
restaurant,
welcome to
like
OJ Around.
that is supposed to add
Experience
you
the heartbeat
for
of
free
Kampala from the
upon
seat of a
buying.
bicycle. We provide immersive
Interesting.
POV
But I
cycling
see also
tours
gym
and walking
restaurant
vlogs
having
through
huge
Uganda's
visuals
most
here.
iconic
They
neighbourhoods
began by
and
selling food to students
Whether
and
you're a
gradually
Ugandan in the
have
diaspora
upscaled to now
or
own
a
a shop
traveller
on the
planning a
street.
trip to East Africa, our
How
high
can you
definition tours
distance
take you to the organised
the
chaos
junction
of downtown
between
Kampala, the serenity of Makerere,
Bombo Road
and the
and
vibrant streets
Haji
of
Mustafa
Kongolo,
Road?
Nakasero and
And
Rubaga.
beyond those lights,
Why
you find
subscribe?
yourself in the city center.
24/7 virtual tours
This
of
is Haji
Uganda.
Mustafa Mall.
Real-life street
Just came
sounds, no
here
fake
recently.
music.
I think I told you that
Exploring
Haji
markets like
Mustafa
Owino,
is was a
Nakasero, and
prominent
major
businessman
landmarks like the Kadafi
and
Mosque.
has
Join
been
our road
contributing
to
in
1,000
post-colonial
subscribers.
Uganda, having
This
also
never
been the
miss a
vice
ride.
president of the Football
2.
Association
Live stream
in his time.
description.
In fact,
24/7
the road we are going to meet
Copy and paste it into live
one day
reactive
there
or
I will
upstream
see
when you
if
start
food
the stream.
chicken. I think chicken
The
will be
first
something
few
for
lines
today
are the
because
most important.
being a special day,
Live
someone will
24/7.
have to
Kampala
eat.
Street 2026.
So the Rolex is there. I used to have hope that today says fine food, I will be able to eat today.
Kampala, Uganda Live.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go home, and I just want to take you to this junction. I always love it because it makes me happy to just show it to you. I have a feeling that there was a time this was after a roundabout, and then eventually converted to Signal Junction, as most of Ugandan streets have been evolving. Roundabout being replaced by lights. So I think let me stand here. And what you see right there is one of the police division headquarters. And this is Haji Mustafa Road going on to meet Kira Road. And where they meet is the entrance to Mulago National Hospital. Anytime Haji Mustafa Road is meeting Hill Road, where Makerere University main gate is. And Bombo Road leading to Bombo. And this is coming from town. And just as it is bends and disappears is YMCA. We used to offer diploma and certificate courses, now degree courses. Anyway, one day junction for it. Let me head into the distance and join on to Gunji Road. Okay.
Uganda diaspora.
And
Visit Uganda
yeah,
Kampala
there's
nightlife.
a little
Real Uganda.
semblance of life
4.
within the city.
The call to action overlay visual. When setting up your live reacting
All
layers,
right.
add a small,
Yeah, of course, when you're
semi-transparent
walking
text
in
box
Kampala,
at the
try
bottom
to
right
be
that
aware
stays there the
of
whole time.
like,
Road to
and let me just
monetization.
walk through here.
841,000
And
subs.
they upload
84%.
things because
Help us reach the
they
goal.
really do not
Click
expect you to
subscribe.
around.
Quote.
Well,
My
you don't
final
still
tip
guys
for the
to
3-month
open
goal,
up, but
since you want to
keep on
reach
moving
the
around
threshold
and
quickly,
remember the video
don't just stream.
to give
Go
the
to your
sense
YouTube
of perhaps
analytics and see
the
which
place where
video
the
has the
person
highest
will
average view
move
duration.
around Christmas Day.
Take the best 3 minutes of that video, turn it into a
Uh,
YouTube short, and
maybe
in the
like
related video setting of the
to
short,
have you
link
here.
it
And this
directly
is
to
one
your
of the
live
markets.
stream. This creates a
North
funnel
Wing.
that
I think
sends
I've
thousands
mentioned
of
this
short
to you
viewers
before.
into your live
And
stream
here
to
are
rack up
mostly
those
the chicken
4,000
points
hours.
because
Would you like me to help you create
chips and chicken are the item for Ugandans that are dirty. And it originated from here. So if
Yes,
I had
please.
an establishment like Chicken Tonight, which is now all over the country, started from here. Okay. I just want to go and pick with the gentleman from whom I normally buy my Rolex. If you have been prepared, is around today. The related formulation. So, where I'll eat 2 Rolexes and then call it a day. Other people kind of party.
Since you're in
But
Kampala, BAT, you want to start your live marathons when your viewers abroad
let's
are
go
waking up or
and
finishing work.
join
Day.
the road.
Start
I have
time,
just
Kampala.
walked behind
Focus audience.
what would be
Why?
Administrative
Wednesday,
phone.
3
Always
p.m.
intrigued me.
UK
Last time
and
I see
Europe.
some cars that
People in London
saying
/
they are
UAE
for sale or
are
I
finishing
didn't
work.
have time.
Friday,
I don't know whether those
6
that
p.m.
don't have time
USA,
sold off or they're simply
Friday
parking here
evening nostalgia for the diaspora.
or
Saturday,
they have
11
been held
a.m.
for lunch.
Global
So now
leisure time.
I'm going to cross because
People
I want
watch
to show you
long-form content.
which one they get most.
Sunday,
I like
12
how they
p.m.
built it. The
USA
more of the
and
perimeter
Canada.
wall of Macquarie University.
Sunday mornings in the US
So,
are huge for
I
home
think that
folks.
I've shown you a bit of how it is
The
today.
power
Right?
cycle strategy
Because
for 24/7
having shown you
streaming.
one day here,
In
it can
2026,
show you how much
YouTube
more
rewards
native
channels that
is
refresh
inside
their
the
live
city.
streams.
But if
If
you
you use
see
upstream
this,
or live reacting,
I shall
do this.
also
The
walk you
11.5-hour
through
rule.
the
Every
city,
11 hours and 30
seeing
minutes,
that
stop
it's
the
not
stream
yet
and
6 p.m.
restart it 5 minutes later.
Yep,
The
one day
benefit,
there.
this creates
More.
2 archived videos
Right
per
there.
day on your channel.
And if any one of
Each
you
11-hour
here
archive can gain
is
thousands of
aware of
extra
the
views
story
from
of
people
one
who
day
missed the
more,
live, doubling your watch hours overnight. 3.
it will be
High
great.
conversion call to action.
Sure, it will be great.
Since your
Very
goal
great.
is 1,000
Comment in the
subscribers,
section.
you need to put these
Comment
specific
section below.
messages on your
Let me
screen
know.
overlay or in
So,
a pinned comment.
tell me
The
about
nostalgia
the
hook,
one day there
asterisk,
more.
missing the Kampala hustle. Subscribe to join our daily ride through the city. Quote, the support hook, asterisk, we are 160 subscribers away from our goal. Tap that button to keep the Kampala 24/7 stream alive. Quote, the engagement hook, asterisk, where in Uganda did you grow up? Drop your neighborhood in the chat.
Well, it was being told
2026 Diaspora Growth Hack. Ugandans abroad often search for
this
specific
is the one that
vibes.
girl.
Add
I
these
said one day there more.
keywords to your stream type depending on the month.
Uh,
December/January. Kampala
I
festive
think it's one of
vibes
the
and
most
traffic.
iconic
Rainy
historical
DOV
significant
cycling in
places
Kampala
of worship
rain.
in Kampala.
ASMR. Election/news cycles.
And
Farmers
like
meet
many
Kampala
mosques in
today.
Uganda
People check these.
that fall under the Central Muslim Stream
Final
Council.
checklist.
Wandega Mosque is
3 months
famous for
old.
being managed by the
1.
Wandega
Launch a
African
3-day
Muslim
marathon
community.
Friday to Monday using a cloud service.
They have a long
Post one
history
short
of
daily that teases
independence.
a crazy boda moment or a sunset and link it to the live. 3.
Very,
Check your
very
analytics
interesting.
every
So anyway,
Monday.
we are on Gingy Road.
If the USA
That
is
takes
in your
you
top
to
3 countries, your
the
earnings
University
and growth
Hall,
will
small
skyrocket.
gate.
Would you like me to
the
help you
foot gate.
create a
No, it's
specific
so
short script that you can film
Now,
tomorrow to drive people
because
to your first live?
this mosque is located
All right.
in Bustling Student.
Yes.
The market hub, the mosque is just surrounded by the one that you have the massive chicken and back on this side and then
To hit your 4,000-hour goal, you need a funnel. The short grabs the attention of someone scrolling, and then you push them into your 24/7 live stream where the real watch hours are made. Here is a 60-second script you can film tomorrow on your bike.
A chaotic
Kampala vibes
or very
short
busy
script.
shot.
anyway,
Goal. Drive viewers to your live stream. Visual style, fast
by the
cut,
way, which year do you think it was
your
established?
handlebars. Time. Visual, audio, voiceover, or text-to-speech. 0 minus 3 hook. A chaotic or very busy
This is
shot
not
of Boda Boda
quickly
Junction.
known when, but I think let me just give you a bit of the root
Try
of this.
cycling through
The
Kampala.
most origin is that sort of like title what the African Muslim community. There's one coordination of Pastor Ugandan pilgrims that traveled from Mecca from one day as early as 1922. This suggests that by the 1920s the mosque was already a central hub for the Muslim population. So let me just talk
15
about
minus 25.
Haji Musa Kasule era.
Screen recording of your
That's why
channel
the
page
most
showing the live
growth
icon.
and prominence
I'm running a
heavily
24/7
credited to
live
Haji
tour on
Musa
my channel
Kasule.
right now.
This guy was a
Pop
very
on,
wealthy and
25 to
influential
30s.
Muslim
Fast motion,
land
time lapse
owner and
of you
businessman.
pedaling down a hill. Click the link in the
Figure
bio
in
or
the
tap the live
1940s and
icon on my
50s and
profile
much
to
of the
join the
land.
ride. See you there. Pro tips
Development
for
in the part of
2026
Wandega, including the roads
1.
around
The related video feature.
due to
This
family
is the most
family
important part.
legacy. Anyway,
When you upload this short
in the 1960s and 70s, there was significant transformation, and especially in the mid-2000s. And yeah, it has a unique feature, which is a bit relatively informal in terms of documentation. So you will not find so much. That's one thing. If you know much about it, please do let me know in the comment section. So my aim was to figure out if my Rolex joint was operational, and if so, I'd be glad to buy from them. So let's get there. Okay. And in getting there, I'm going to just cross through here to sort of make it a bit easy for me to pass. And anyway, actually, it's very interesting that if you are calm and composed, it's very easy to find yourself around Kampala alley. And you guys have seen me pass here a couple of times. And just after chilling and making life, they are making liquid soap, chicken, and yes, it kind of feels like I'm passing through someone's alley, but this reminds me of India or Miss Indian territory. So quite close, which is great. I think it's a private street, but it is public in a certain way. We're back on the Daisy Road. It says the person would have to from here, let them after the little campsite with noise. Now, near the University Hall small gate, so it's left just after the red thing. Here, I would have put the roller. Unfortunately, it is not operating. So, I'll have to find a way of now getting what it is from somewhere else. So, see you guys, and next video. Thank you. Yeah. Alright, welcome back. I have just exited the Wandegea small gate at US, and I'm entering Wandegea Trading Center. So today is Christmas, and I thought I would show you how Kampala is looking on the day of Christmas. So I want to head to Wandegea, the bustling food hub of the student community, which right now are not at home, probably going to celebrate Christmas. And I'm on Gingy Road, which should meet Bombo Road, but it's in the distance at 90 degrees. Anyway, let me check with you because I'm actually trying to find something to eat. So I'm going to Wandegea traffic light junction. So come with me as I show you the famous Ugandan food called the Rolex, special street food, egg rolled in a chapati. You come and you see how it is going to look like. So some of these streets are very empty and desolate because a lot of people around here doing student focus and students having gone home for holidays in their village out of business. So you will find a lot of people just trying to do a small pickup. So Wandegea Market, South Wing, and the bird in the distance. Basic barista, skills academy. Yeah, businesses all over. So restaurants and hotels remain open because this is the time where even those who have never gone to restaurants will head to them. Don't like the movement of these boys, so I'll try to pause a bit to let them go through in case they have weird ideas. So if you're wondering what the name of this street is, this is actually, I think, Mulondo Road. Mulondo Road. Mulondo Road. Yeah, this is Mulondo Road. It just came off of Junju Road, and then again meets Junju Road there. I don't know why the redundancy. This space that is nestled between the Wandegea South Wing and Wandegea North Wing building puzzles me whether it doesn't belong to the city, because I see the structure has come into the space that was left between them, and it's going very slowly, which is not a sign of a city project, because they tend to rise very quickly. So I kind of suggest that this may be private land. Perhaps the owner donated in exchange for some money and has decided to also build. Now, this is the alley or street between Wandegea South Wing and Wandegea Maji Musa Kasule Mall. So I want to grab myself a Rolex. It's now 7 minutes past 6, and my hope is that I will show you how it is made. So normally, as you say, chapati is already fried. Then the process of making the eggs and consolidating the product comes in your presence. Anyway, so let me go. Yeah, more of Wandegea Market. Oh, Fund Repair Clinic. It's kind of good. This is my boy. I occasionally buy from him. Yes, that. So I'm ordering 3,000, but it's shy of $1 because $1 in Uganda is.
What is the significance of percentage of viewers still viewing after the 30-second mark?
3,000 getting 2 eggs and a pinch of salt. So what's your action? As you also have a glimpse of Wandegea
in your case, is the main
market.
point
So Wandegea
It is essentially
jumps
the
on traffic
valuation
light.
mark where each decides
This
if your
is
video
Christmas.
is trash or gold.
And
Here is
today,
the significance of
I
that
knew
percentage to your channel.
going to do
An
a
overround.
wallet.
1. The
It's
meaningful
happening
view
in terms of
threshold.
frying chapati, so
YouTube does not count
you'd
every
like to
click as
see
equality.
how the chapati becomes.
If a
If
viewer
it means
leaves
that
before
dough
30 seconds,
rolled into round
the
balls
algorithm often
and
treats it
then
as a
flattened
misclick
out
or
and
a
then
bounce.
put on fire with
If your
some
percentage at the
cooking oil.
32-second mark is above
Now the gentleman is
50%,
looking for
it signals to
either a
YouTube
tool
that your
or a
thumbnail and
recipe
title were honest.
for the rolex.
You kept your promise to the viewer.
Now we made
And as
automatic
a
for
result,
some
YouTube will
onions.
start suggesting your videos to
Yeah, being
you. 2.
chopped into
Predictor of total watch
the meat.
time. Data shows that viewers who survive the first 30 seconds are 80% more likely to watch the entire video.
I suppose
For
I
your
need
4,000-hour goal, the
and then
32-second mark
I
is your
think
filter.
some little
Through
cabbages,
that first half-minute
more
cycle,
vitamin,
they will likely stay for the next
and
15
in this
minutes
case
or
going to
more,
be sad.
which is where you rack
And
up
that
the
is
big
going to
hours.
make the
3.
fried egg.
Benchmarks for success.
By the way, can you
In the
right
travel
now
and
please
POV
visit the
needs for
subscribe button?
2026, here is how to
We'd
read
be
your
delighted
numbers.
to
Below 40%,
see you
your intro is too
here
slow.
again.
People are clicking away because they aren't
Pinch
taking
of
action
salt,
fast
added
enough.
at the hot
50% to
pan,
60%,
still some
typical /
cooking
good.
oil.
You are performing at the
This is
average level of
vegetable
a successful
plant
channel.
oil,
Above
not
70%,
unmoffat.
viral potential.
Pour this
7 out of 10
spread
would
this out.
still there at 32 seconds.
Yeah, see,
Algorithm,
the
browser
factory that is
will likely
manufacturing
explain
the
your
first
views
meal
because the
rolex,
video is highly
an international Ugandan
How to
food.
hack this for a nose around. If you are doing cycling tours, the first 30 seconds shouldn't be you checking your camera or a blank screen. The action though. Start the video in the middle of a busy, colourful market or a
Yeah,
fast
so as you record, basically the eggs that are being rolled have a little more
and a text overlay
of
or a
food
quick
stuff
jump cut.
added into it.
This resets
I hope it doesn't
brain
burn it.
and keeps them past that
Ugategenda
30
kufiirira.
second drop-off point. Would you like me to
Oh,
look at your
omuliro
most
si
recent
mungi, eh?
video's retention graph and help you identify exactly what happened at the 30
I'm
second
asking
mark
whether it's
before
not
the drop?
getting burnt at the bottom.
Yes, please do that.
Exactly my fear. Okay. By the way, in Uganda we like our eggs very cooked. So if you come from abroad and think that it's burnt, and there goes the chapati, 2 of them onto the egg. It's chapati right there, today, is actually 1,000 Ugandan shillings. That's an $40. Today my journey, no, just over $40 because there are 2,500. The next while take center of Katumba, and I'm heading back to the and suburb of the educational hill that is Makerere
Here is
University.
what typically happens in that
And right now, I am on to go on to cross in Uganda almost and on the road continues to northern Uganda, Hoima district in particular, and then from Hoima we transfer to other northern Ugandan districts. We just gone to meet Papa or Kagwa Road.
The traffic stops are up.
It's kind of
The view starts moving, but at 25 to 30 seconds, heavy traffic or behind a taxi. Matatu. Viewers who were there for the speed or ride will feel the energy drop and leave. The fifth.
So this is basically a combination of carbohydrates, some protein with the egg, salt, and vegetables. Both vitamin C in the tomatoes and some vitamin A in the greens right there. so it's spreading out. Because people were there for we put the cabbages joking about as it, and this is the 10,000 Ugandan shilling note, so you'll have to return me the balance, or what some people call change of
If you hit a long traffic jam in the first minute, speed up the footage 2x for that section. Keep the momentum going until you're back in open water. 2. Audio reality check. By 30 seconds, the viewer has decided if the audio is annoying or immersive. The problem. High wind noise, the
37,000 to 1,000 and the 5,000.
often becomes unbearable for viewers right around the 30-second mark. 6. Use a dead cat wind muffler on your mic. If the wind is too loud, lower the ambient volume and put a very light, chill background track underneath. 3.
Into the city.
So where are we going?
And again, I'm going to cross the one that
If you haven't shown a landmark
junction,
or a signpost by 30
as usual,
seconds,
the intersection between Haji Musa Patule Road and Bombo Road. So I am just walking, the lights haven't released me, but because there are no people, we have to negotiate with the motorcycle guys. That's actually the streets of Kampala. The lights at times are a suggestion mostly to motorcycle people and bicycle and pedestrians. Anyway, this is Bombo Road, and now this street is taking us into the city. I'm going to walk briskly. I do not know whether I'll be able to reach the city because I also want to come back earlier. But anyway, let's try to go into the city. There's something that actually amuses me. That is thing right there called Wandegea Road. But Wandegea is right there. So between Wandegea Road and Wandegea itself, there's a small stretch of Bombo Road. So I don't know whether the Wandegea Road came later or Bombo Road went through Wandegea and heading into northern Uganda being a major road. Didn't make sense. Kind of breaking it a bit to Bombo Road, Wandegea Road, then Bombo Road. So that's it. And this is the police headquarters of Wandegea. So in case you have any issues around Wandegea areas, that is a place to have your help. Yep, Uganda YMCA, Comprehensive Institute. Yeah, previously was a new institute offering diploma courses. And I see now they've upgraded to a university. Let me cross over and show you some of the courses there. So it's just near the Senior University, Makerere, at that side. And I think we're taking advantage of people who had no opportunity of getting into the main university. And that is Kampala in the distance, but I want to show you what courses these guys have now included, having been upgraded to a university. But as a business administration, but as a secretary management, information technology, matter of secretary and administration studies, industrial art and design, fashion design, then I was in mass communication, agricultural development, primary education. So those are the degrees you can find here. And I believe along the school are offering diploma courses, first chartered private, other degree awarding institution, whatever that means, I do not know. An intake is ongoing. Those are some of the diploma and certificate courses that they already used to offer. I'm surprised they actually have software engineering. I guess it's not that hard to learn with all the YouTube universities that have software. And YouTube is actually a great platform. A lot of people have gone from zero to the point that they can actually literally lecture. Okay, now at the beginning of this Bombo Road, these are relatively new structures anyway, at least not older than 15 years. Annex SA, Silver Arcade, and that building always intrigues me. It has a unique form of architecture, and then the next that follows it. I have a feeling because they are near the university, probably they have taken advantage of a lot of some of the students they are preaching to them. I think I wanted to go up to that end and show you a glimpse of Wandegea flat. I think it was a housing project. I want to cross the street, but a few taxis have decided to show up. Those are the few that have remained in the city. Quad bag guy enjoying himself with music. Christmas vibe. Christmas vibe. So I think I'm going to have to force myself through this traffic. Anyway, let me. I was growing impatient because I wanted to show you the street right there. So that is actually wA'NDEGA flat in the distance and nice silver stars. So I'm not going to go there. I think I'm going to go this way. And the tall building in the background is actually NDA, National Drug Authority headquarters. There's a lot of motorcycle behind the street that far towards Uganda Road, heading to Uganda Road Primary School. Anyway, this is the vibe heading into the city. 6:18 p.m. and we are on the stretch of Bombo Road. We are reaching basically its beginning from the city or its end when we're coming from northern Uganda. Or Pata Wellness Solution. This is Budu House. And that's what I'm telling you. It's a very interesting aluminium clad building. I don't know whether aluminium cladding is still a thing, but it looks like it's still around with us. It came and everyone is cladding the building with glass. Uganda is actually a tropical country, meaning that even when it rains, what we call wet season, temperatures rarely drop below 20 degrees Celsius. So to have windows, I don't know whether it doesn't create a greenhouse effect, bring about issues of needing air conditioning. Now, I think this is a better view of the wA'NDEGA flat right there. And right behind it is Ham Towers and more real estate infrastructure. It's actually within reach to the city. I have a feeling it's one of the national housing projects. Anyway, let's walk. And time is flying. Now, this is also the other structure that I see is really, really interesting. The name of the building? Sami building. Building. I believe you've seen me on the reflection, and this is the street of Kampala right now. A lot of motorcycles, not even a lot of motorcycles, it's just that there are fewer cars. I think now, have a look. Behind the other hill is actually Namirembe Hill, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think that's Rubaga Hill. And that is some of the trees that are making the boundary of wA'NDEGA flat. Whoever owns that land must be a rich person, but I like the green. It's being planted. And it can make some really nice residential apartments as an extension of wA'NDEGA flat. Okay, Bible House. I think the street being straight, it feels like you're never reaching. I don't know whether the movement right now are people trying to find themselves in happening places. If you're new here, thanks for watching, and let's go into the distance. So I see a lot of motorcycle guys. It doesn't have a helmet or front number plate, but I think this was a time before front number plates were a thing. Yeah, it has the rare one, so I think we are good. City Oil. I think this guy also made his name in this kind of business. Steady money. Last time I was hearing a joke that in Uganda, if you make 100 million Ugandan shillings, which is probably about 30,000 USD, then the police DPC in your area has to know you. Now, when you make 10 billion, the president has to know you. So some of these people, I think, have stayed in business long because the president now knows them. That's just by extrapolation of the meaning of that statement. See, he's not a threat to the country, so he has stayed around long. So, moral of the story is, I think in any country, if you want to maintain your business running for generations, I think you have to be cooperative with the government. even if it oppresses you, find diplomatic ways of sorting that, other than rioting and striking and probably funding the opposition. Not to say that the opposition shouldn't be supported, because they in most cases have the moral standing to spot the shortcomings of the government, which at times you could forgive the government for being short-sighted or blinded and no longer aware of the pains they once knew or came to solve. So occasionally they need to be reminded by people who are still with it. Anyway, let me head to town. Someone is busy on my phone. I think let me just answer them. Yes, hello?
Hey man, what's up? You're traveling?
Oh yeah, I'm on the road.
Yeah. So are you in the village already?
I guess you could call it a village, but I'm not in the village.
Man, I thought you were around like that, but man,
Oh. Anyway, I also wasn't able to find the part the other time. Otherwise, how is your Christmas? Not bad. Okay, no problem. Kale. All right. Kale. Now, I'm just off a call from my friend. This street actually leads to Chiseka Market, the home of auto parts. So when you start that junction, you find mechanics and car repair shops. And let me get back to Bombo Road and join this street. I think it's worth showing you Novik Hospital and Teacher's House. This is a monument. I always saw it from a distance and thought it was a stamp. I wonder what it is supposed to represent. Could you tell me about Teacher's House and Novik Hospital in Uganda? If you know, please let me know. And yeah. It's actually an interesting building right there. I think let me just tell you a little bit about Teachers' House. That's it's owned by the Uganda National Teachers Union, UNATU. I kind of see that abbreviation there. Actually, it's supposed to serve as the national headquarters for Teachers Union. Basically, housing administrative offices, meeting halls, and UNATU Circle, basically a saving credits corporation. In Uganda's politics, it's a social landmark. Teachers' House often is the war room where the nation's teachers strike to organize for their salaries to be increased. Okay. It's not a bordering Bati Valley. So again, does anyone of you know about Bati Valley in Uganda? Tell me. Novik Hospital, in case you didn't know. Yeah, so this is the city. Me, I have a feeling this is how far I have gone. But anyway, let me take you up to Watoto Church and then return via Buganda Road. I'm leaving you with the street sounds, just so that you can also enjoy the sound of the engine. I think now you can see the influence of the Indian community in Uganda. A lot of those structures built in their time. Some of them I think even still have Indian namings. Gathani House. Now this is the beginning of William Street, where it meets Bombo Road and then goes into the distance to meet Chagwe Road. more of the Rubaga Hill, and that Namirembe Hill. Yes, Namirembe Hill. Because I say Namirembe, the church. That's Namirembe Hill. Correction. So Kololo High School on William Street. But this is Bombo Road, and when you see the tree in the distance, that's about the end of Bombo Road, or its beginning. But if are all okay, there is a hotel. I kind of think less of them as a hotel. I see how you service spare parts. Okay, how do I'll check on them when they open up for Christmas. Yeah, so this is the vibe in town on this Christmas day, and right now I'm reaching the end of my journey. So if you've been with me on this trip all the way from Wandegia and into Kampala city, thank you so much. Okay, this is one of the backpacks around Uganda. Some gentleman was really creeping up slowly on me.
7
Maybe the decline. My bad. Yeah, so buses here. See Eco Bus. Which one's that? Yeah, so I think people get bus services from there. And Kampala Road is about to start when Bombo Road ends. Really old building. I want to go into the middle of the road, just show you the yard on one of them. Now, the one you see right here says 1949 GM building, and I'm right in the middle of the road, and this section is not separated. I find it interesting, and no one really ever makes U-turns around here. Alright, welcome back. Anyway, today we are yet again here, and we are going to take a journey from Chikumi onto Kampala, into Kampala. And today is the 24th December, so I want to show you how the city is looking like on the eve of Christmas. And as usual, we usually start our journey from here, and this area is Chikumi. This is how it's looking like. And the road is Muganza Wongera Road, which many of you by now may be knowing marks the boundary between the formal educational establishment and the informal enterprise of Chikumi. Now, Muganza Wongera is a road that is named after a relatively local. And today I want to first take a walk and then take a motorcycle ride. He tried stopping me, but I am not planning to take the ride right now. So let me walk for a brief moment along this stretch of Muganza Wongera Road. And I think this is actually where it begins from, but where you see the wall, that's the perimeter wall of Makerere University, and behind it, around this section, is the Impis Makerere rugby ground. And into the distance, this slopes to meet Bombo Road, and past Bombo Road you can see the hill of Mulago and the suburbs of Mulago. Chikumi also is purely a student-driven economy, so you'll find that most of the shops here have, or most of the businesses here are student hostels, as you can see in the distance. And then, of course, typical things that students would need in their accommodation: mirrors, buckets, jerry cans, cleaning stuff generally. And we are delighted that we will tell you that this area, whose name is a bit interesting, and it's something that came to be in the 90s. As mentioned before, the area was named after the 100 shilling bills that students used to buy here in the 90s. So we are going to start our ride from the legendary intersection of Chikumi and Bombo Road, basically the gateway to the Ivory Tower of Makerere and the real world heart of Kampala. And for now, we will not see a lot of students because it's holiday time, especially it's Christmas Eve. And let me take you to Kampala, show you what you might be info. And just to give you a general picture of Kampala's atmosphere during this period. And if you see the shiny buildings into the distance, that is actually Katanga slum. And a lot of you might have heard of it. But
Yes, hello?
actually, it is adjusting slowly by slowly as people are reaching out to the communities of Katanga.
Hello?
And it's very surprisingly interesting
Yeah,
that there's still movement within Kampala street. Ideally, a lot of people would be traveling to the villages for Christmas. More of Makerere University perimeter,
Your network
kind of
network
outstanding.
is
I
breaking.
like the fact that trees are being planted around its boundaries, and that is, I think, helpful to the life that is the nature in Uganda. Potted plants, really beautiful, some of these. Anyway, we are soon reaching Bombo Road, and actually, this is Bombo Road. You'll be surprised, this is one of the first roads in Uganda, basically one of the radio roads graduating from the city and taking you to Bombo as far as northern Uganda. And this is where Muganza Wongera Road, which was built in 2019, kind of meets Bombo Road from around here. And in the distance is where the city center will be. So we're going to cross this road and embark on a motorcycle ride along this road, and I have to cross the street. And right now, a lot of motorcycles, because most of the taxis have actually gone away into the villages because it's more profitable to take people to the villages and transport almost tripling, if not quadrupling. Anyway, I'll take this moment to find a motorcycle ride and see, due to scarcity of passengers, whether anyone will be willing to take 1,000 shillings. All right. Yeah, a few taxis still do exist.
All right. I'm good to there.
So those are the ones who go. All right, my video kind of cut. Anyway, we are now on Bombo Road, and we are taking a journey into the city center. And yep. So let's ride into town, see how it's looking like on this eve of Christmas.
How's it on your side?
Right now, I think we'll have less and less of traffic, but until we reach the city center, I will not be able to tell how it looks like. So let's discover together. So one area, as you see, it is mostly run by businesses that are kind of student-oriented. So you see a lot of hostels in front of which you'll find pharmacies and some shops that sell things that are most likely to be bought by campus students. You remember Maria? That was a building that has come up recently. And come with me on this journey as I give you a little history of this road. It is an interesting road and one of the oldest roads of the city. So I think it comes alive when you reach the centers. And we are going to be approaching on the air traffic light. The distance. This is Equity Bank, and this is, I think, Junju Road, heading to the Makerere Western Gate. So it's a small gate at one end here. A lot of buildings, college team. So a lot of business revolves around accommodation and stuff that people in accommodation would need in these places, such as food stuff and many of the time. Anyway, for now, we are walking into the city, and this is one of the traffic lights where Bombo Road meets Kasule Road. Right there, and the busy students would have wandered there.
And that's where the sound disappeared.
At this junction,
That's
gives
where
a
the
glimpse of
sound
what the
disappeared.
city has in terms of transportation. If you want to get to places, motorcycle and taxis are the best way to go. Just think about it. And this is the one that you have to reach. central station. YMCA is an institution that led the African Constitution into a university. And this is a special combo road that takes you into the city. And in the distance, we shall have meet Watoto Church, where I think I will disembark and take you on a walking tour of the city. Anyway, come with me, then enjoy the scenes of Kampala, Uganda on this 24th of December 2025. A lot of motorcycles today. Anyway, on any other normal day, you'll actually have motorcycles, but today there's unusually less vehicles because the majority, I think, have headed into the city to have a moment with their distant relatives. So Christmas in the village in Uganda is the thing. To the point that much as we are in a political season, I'm seeing almost close to no political activity. You will have to be reminded that Uganda is going to have its presidential elections generally on the 5th January. This Pombo Road is a very interesting place, more infrastructure that will slope and take you to Wachseka Market as the teacher's house and Novik Hospital. It also has a beautiful history. The structure is a 1954 building. And we have this is Batipa. I think a mispronunciation of Bativale. Look at the Ugandan sunset. It's actually 6 p.m. Jeliza Hotel is one of also the other sites that you may actually be able to see. So we're soon approaching the end of Pombo Road. And it has a bit of more of the older infrastructure. Some of the buildings as old as 1940 something. Anyway, at the end of Pombo Road, you'll find that we are meet Watoto Church. So Jakuna won't take her. That's meaning find where to place me. So for now, let me pray. So now I am on the street, and what better place to start Kampala walking tour than show you the beginning of Kampala Road, or more or less the end of Kampala Road, where it kind of meets Bombo Road, the start of Bombo Road. This is the route into northern Uganda. It's a highway. And I am going into that distance to show you how the city is looking like today. Come with me on this walk. This is actually Watoto Church, well decorated. I think tomorrow they will have a service to celebrate Christmas, a representative day of the date on which Christ was born. And because we are taking a walking tour, let me just take you through this resting point, which was built by Jennifer Musisi in an bid to put points in the city where people can sit and relax. All right, a lot of people, I think, relaxing right here. And I'm going to start my journey. And by the way, I have already started Kampala Road, and this is one of the fountains that were constructed with Musisi in a bid of kind of fortifying the city. And this Kampala Road meets Chagwe Road. Chagwe Road in the distance. I think I want to show you more of this fountain. And probably from the fountain, just stand and show you something. It's decorated yellow. I think the president is going to, yeah, so that's Chagwe Road. And it slopes in that direction, so I'm going to take that direction. This is Kampala Road into the distance, and it takes you to Jinja Road and Nakawa and all the way to Eastern Uganda. I'll show it to you some other day, so hit the subscribe button on the channel in case you want to know that. Anyway, now I'm going to take on Chagwe Road, but before I take on Chagwe Road, let me just give you more of this action of Kampala Road going into the distance. Now that I showed you Watoto, I think I want to show you the history of this church. The building was originally Norman Cinema, built in 1940 by Indian business Norman Godinho. It was purchased in 1984 by Gary Skinner, the start of Kampala Pentecostal Church, which has now been renamed Watoto Church. It has hosted a lot of political conferences where Milton Obote was elected unopposed as the UPC presidential candidate. So now, in the distance, you will see Equatorial Mall, and I think Equatorial Mall once was Equatorial Hotel.
Yeah, I see the problem there.
Okay, so thank you for being with me on this journey. Equatorial Hotel was one of the oldest luxury hotels in the city and was converted into a shopping mall in the 2000s to meet the demand of commercial spaces. And anyway, let's join Chagwe Road. Most of these roads kind of have historical significance, and you will be surprised that Chagwe could be somewhere of significance. But anyway, this road will take us to Chiseka Market if you slope with it very well. Chiseka Market is basically a market that sells auto parts in the city. Anyway, let's slope on this Chagwe Road and see what we have to say about this. And it's tropical complex.
Yep, poor performing.
Numark Tower. That building was demolished and reconstructed in the very recent past along this Chagwe Road. So this Chagwe Road will meet William Street, and then in the distance is going to meet Nachiruvo Road. And I'm actually surprised that on the 24th of December, just the eve of Christmas, there's still a lot of action. I think this is last minute shopping, some of which are going to take this stuff into the villages, simply to use it, or some of these actually just businessmen who came to kind of pick up the little bits of coin. Kind of interesting. Now, this journey is going to take us to the new taxi park, then the old taxi park. So what you see right here is basically Chagwe Road intersecting with William Road. That William Road goes into the distance to again meet Bombo Road around Bativa Place. Anyway, let's slope. Now at this segment you'll find a lot of music equipment shops. So if you're a church and you really want to buy things, this is the area to find music instruments, from guitars, speakers, generators, all of those kind of things, amplifiers. This is the segment. So just ask for Chagwe Road or Chiseka Market because it's more well known. And